Music and Souk.
What do girls want anyway? Well, apparently not total losers. We're pretty good at basketball. Yeah, as long as we don't have to run or jump or dribble or nothing.
Isaac Robb.
Hey, you guys up for a little game?
Sure.
Well, let's make it interesting. Say $20.
How about 50?
You're on.
Jason Sukanik.
Dude, we don't have $50. We don't have 20.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
What the hell's up with that? We win, and they get the chips. That sucks, dude.
105.1 and 1080.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's jobs. We gotta get jobs. Then we get the khakis. Then we get the chicks.
The Fan.
Hey, what it do?
Oh,
What's up? Good Wednesday. What's going on with
Love
everybody
our
out there?
Wednesdays. Love 'em.
We're really good at Wednesdays.
Yes, we excel. Hey, did you notice we got a security guard now?
Well, that's not ours.
We have a security guard.
See, I thought it was kind of like the Major League Baseball, how they have like roving instructors. It feels like somebody kind of runs through the parking lot every now and then and pops in and says hello, and then they leave again. Have
No,
you guys
it's
seen
like
that
he's
person?
like a full time. We're it's dangerous times out there. We're doing a new segment like Seen and Heard in Portland because Portland's wilding out. And I noticed this whole week we got a security bro out there now.
I had
Well,
no idea.
he's with the other company.
It doesn't matter. We're in the same building.
Well,
that means we have a security bro.
by proxy,
Yeah.
we're safer.
Yeah.
But make no mistake, we're not paying for a security guard.
Well, yeah, but if there's here's the question.
Yeah, the $1 million question.
If
I know it.
something
Yeah.
goes down,
Are they helping or are they just watching it happen?
or is that guy like, is it Esco is the place, right?
I think that's right.
Esco?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that dude is like, hey, excuse me, is this emergency? Is this Esco business? Like, no, it's Odyssey. He's like, sorry, I can't help you.
I got to tell you, the people that work there,
Yeah.
not very friendly.
Well, I told you the one time I was wearing a Dickies shirt and the lady started talking to me about her damn HVAC problem. She thought I was the maintenance guy.
Mistook you for the help.
She just launched right in to this like some sort of problem and I let her finish after like 40 seconds. I was like, ma'am, I don't work here. And she was like, oh. I was like, sorry.
So what kind of company is that?
I
Because
don't-
those people, they're kind of lunch pail type people. They come and go at
Yeah.
it's like the 9 to 5
Yeah.
It
lunch
feels
hours.
like construction engineering, something
Yeah.
like heavy machinery and the
That sounds
technology
right.
behind that.
but that is like that's their headquarters.
Well, they have a security guard.
Yes.
Actually, they have two. I
Yes.
think.
They are a calibration laboratory.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Instrument and test equipment.
I think they
Fully
need. To,
equipped laboratories.
I think they need to be friendlier.
Yeah, they're really not.
But
To
they're
radio.
engineers, and that tracks.
yeah.
No, it does.
Well, and I always feel bad because, like, I don't know if, like, because you come in the front, I go in the back of the building, and there's a little hidden bathroom back there, which I love because you got your own little bathroom space. But it's right by their elevator, and I get a lot of flack because I'm not dressed as one of them.
Like the "Are you supposed to be here?" flack.
Yeah, and then that's also where I got hit with the "You want to come look at my HVAC problem?" And I'm like, "Well, no, because I don't work here." I'm with you. They're not the friendliest people in the world, but I'll tell you, the security guy, super friendly. He bros me every time he sees me.
Yeah, he's great, but I will say,
Are you about to poo
Yes.
on? Oh,
You don't want
God.
a friendly security guy? Is that what you're saying? You want someone to be a little
Oh,
bit
no.
tougher?
No,
No,
I know
not at
where
all.
I know where you're going. You don't feel very secure with him.
no. What's that guy gonna do?
Well,
I mean,
Is
no
he armed?
offense. No, he's
no,
not armed.
he's not armed, and he's
He's portly.
Yeah.
He's super friendly. Like he's like the dog that'll lick the intruder.
well,
You know?
he could probably call. He could probably call someone
look,
to help.
I guess
don't know.
somebody dressed in a uniform
Yeah,
is a deterrent.
yeah,
So that's good.
yeah.
I mean, so that's more than we had before. And in classic Odyssey form, they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. At the same time,
An Odyssey station.
I'm not sure we're very safe here if anybody wanted to storm the Capitol.
All I know is, well, don't give anyone any ideas for God's sakes.
Well,
You know, don't. Hey, don't.
I mean, it's
come
not like
here.
there's anything in
This-
here.
This building is like a fortress of solitude. You ain't getting in
Well,
here.
it is locked. Like you can't.
No,
You have to have a.
or you could break a window, but you can't do that.
Yeah, but you have to have like a pass key to get in here.
Can I just say, we've talked about this. The idea of security in general, like,
Well, that's what I'm saying about him.
well, I understand, but like we act like, oh, the door's locked. The doors are made of glass. So really to thwart the giant security system we have, you need a rock. And not even a big one at that.
Or a 4-iron.
That would work as well, Tiger Woods style. Either way, I enjoy now that when I get out of my car, the security guard, he daps me up every time and we're bros. Today we did like a hand, like the Schwarzenegger Predator,
The clasp.
the class. We were like, yeah.
Is he a Big Sook fan?
I don't know. I don't know if we've shared that information, but I don't like. Maybe he's doing like, you're a big guy, I'm a security guy, so if stuff goes down,
We're kind of bros in this together.
we're kind of bros in this together, because he does seem to go out of his way. I've noticed this week to and today he initiated the he gave me the nice car and then gave me the like one of the hand clasp. And I'm like, all right, we got a budding bromance.
Tomorrow
going
he's
on.
going to call you Big Dog.
Oh yeah, believe me, I'm waiting to get a big dog.
He's already farming out his work.
Well,
He sees you as somebody who will help him immensely.
I can only help from 245 to 246, and then like 701 to 703. If something happens in that window, I don't have his name yet, but security bro, I got you. Other than that, you're gonna have
You
to.
got Big Sook for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's that. You're looking more like probably 2.5, 3.
Do you think there's anybody up there? And by the way, you said Esco, is that their name?
I think Esco, yeah.
This is a new company that moved into our building with us here.
They've taken over like 90% of the building. And then
Yeah, I was
there's
gonna say,
just us.
is it just us and them?
Yeah.
They've taken
Okay.
over the flagpole, too. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Under the American flag, there's an ESCO flag.
I know.
Where's the 105.1, the fan flag?
They fly their own flag.
They have
Yeah.
their own flag. They've put up security cameras.
Yeah,
They've got
flags!
security bro. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it is a whole thing.
They've really. It's only a matter of time before they come down and kick us out.
It'll be the Esco show.
Yeah.
105.1.
YouTube chat thinks he's buttering you up to do an inside job.
Ooh.
Won't get in his way.
Boy, I tell you, he knows. He picked the right guy.
All right. Corporate espionage.
Big Suit can be had.
Well, and all I have to do is wear my Dickies shirt, and apparently I can wander right into the place and be like, I'm here to work on the HVAC. And that Karen up there is like, come on in.
Do you think there's anyone up there who thinks it's cool that they share a building with 6 radio stations?
What I've gathered so far is no. And they want nothing. Like, outside of Karen and now my security guard, no one has said a word to me.
I'm not sure we exist to them.
Dude, they don't. I mean,
No.
to a man, they do not say anything.
No.
There are no highs.
No.
There are no
It's
how
just
you doing.
There's a stink eye, and then that's
yeah,
it.
they just look at you and go about their business.
No,
I got one of those like nod half smiles one time, and that was about it.
Well, and is it
Wow.
not like none of us are dressed like salespeople? Like, I'm wearing slip-on checkered Vans. Buck's usually got something very casual going on.
I'm naked.
Right, Rob's shirtless. Maybe that's what it is. They just maybe they don't know what we do. They're like, why is there a bunch of flunkies
Take
that
off your shirt and throw me.
that roll in at 2:30? But I feel like there's a little bit of a weird vibe going on.
Yeah, it's off to a rocky start with Esco. Okay, Odyssey v Esco.
Yeah.
So, just watch yourself.
Well, I'll tell
ESCO.
you right now, I'm in. Watch yourself, because I'm in good with this. I think that security guard's on my side. He's not on your side. Me and that guy. Yeah, wait till he big dogs me. Once I get a big dog and then I hit him with the chief, now we're bonded. Yeah, we're gonna become a pair. Me and that guy. And yeah, someone's mentioning Paul Blart, and I hate to do that to him, but
Yes, he is exactly Paul Blart.
I know. Well, I was trying to be nice and not bring that up,
And
and
by
then
the
you
way-
launched right into it.
Well, but look, we tell the truth here,
Well,
okay?
not all
We're
security
not
guards.
sugarcoating anything. Listen, here's the other thing about him. That guy will be gone within 3 months. You think that job pays well? No. He's going to leave that job and he's going to go somewhere else, and they're going to get another lackey over there who's going to do nothing to protect us.
I'm not certain the security industry in this world pays a lot.
What do you suppose that guy makes, the poor fella?
I don't know. What's?
You know? I mean, it's
I'm
just...
guessing that's an hourly sort of.
Although it is an easy gig.
Yeah, you just stand there.
Would you want that gig?
No.
I mean, like, if you had nothing else to do, like, maybe a retire... You're old, you're
No,
retired.
I'd rather just go be a golf course marshal.
Yeah, that's way better. 'cause
Yeah,
you get
golf
free
course marshal, bartender, just
Yeah.
driving in general
Yeah,
is
I
better
c-
than standing there.
Uber. Would you
Yeah.
rather be an Uber driver?
100%.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have that job.
I couldn't do that job.
You're just
He's
standing
got his own
there.
desk.
You just standing there.
No,
and
he
just-
gets to sit.
Okay, you're just
yeah.
sitting there.
Still, I can't.
And he walks around the parking lot.
I can't do that, man. That's just that's no good. Although, if you ever go, what's the Pioneer Courthouse Square, the little mall where like the Nordstrom is?
Yeah, so that's called Pioneer Place, I think.
Is that what yeah, whatever that shopping mall is?
Yeah.
The security guard at that place,
Yeah.
they hired the scariest security guard of all time. Dude, he looks like Jack Reacher.
Well, I don't think they're messing around over
No,
there.
dude, that guy, I'm telling you, if you've been down there, and now granted, this was a couple months ago, but they got a bro there that's standing in front of that place. One, he's armed. Dude's got like a hand cannon strapped to his leg. And my man's like 6'5" and like chiseled. Like straight out of Century. He could have been in the movie Predator. And he just and I was like, the moment I saw that guy, I was like, because that's the place that has like Louis Vuitton and like all the high-end brands. I think they got together and were like, we're paying someone. Because I don't think anyone's stealing when Captain Race O'Bannon is in front of that place. I wouldn't steal from that.
I wonder if, do you think perps know who's serious about security and who isn't?
I think so.
You know?
I think so.
And do you think that's by individual security person, or is that by company? If you see the car from one company, you're like, oh yeah, this
well, I'm
is
assuming you kind of do a
You case the
yeah.
joint.
If you're gonna heist or you're gonna
Well-
you do a little drive by.
Last time I was in Pioneer Place, I was looking at some sunglasses down there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
Yeah.
it took like 4 people, like,
Yeah, it's under lock and key.
it's under lock and key, and then 4 people kind of surrounded me. Like, they were not going to let me run out of there with those shades.
No, they're not messing around.
And so they are clearly not messing around. Whereas here,
Yeah.
you see Paul Blart, and you're like,
Look, I don't know what Esco has going on that you could go in and take. They do kind of have a cool. Have you seen they have a coffee table?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want the coffee table, and I feel like you could probably go in there and get the coffee table without a lot of.
I don't really understand what that room is. Like, is
I
that
don't-
like
I
a?
don't.
Is it a lobby?
It's almost like a showroom or something, because I feel like they have one of their pieces of equipment in there. So like it's almost
Yeah.
like a hey, come in here and we'll have a meeting and we'll show you what we have.
Oh.
It's somewhere between a meeting space and a showroom, maybe.
And that's where Paul sits, but
Yeah.
there's nobody else in there.
No, and I honestly feel like if I could pick up that coffee table and probably run off and. Unless he catches me in the first 15 feet, I think I'm getting away with that table.
Well, for now, but
Yeah.
you'd be like Marcus Morris, where it's like
Yeah, eventually
you're on camera,
yeah, I
dude.
got
Like
the
we
security
know
camera. Well,
who
yeah,
took the.
I put on like
They're coming to your house.
I
Man.
can put on one of those like V for Vendetta masks or something. Or,
You have a very unique gait,
yeah, it's
so I
Prove
I,
that's
and
me.
build
yeah.
and
yeah.
tattoos if you don't cover them.
Yeah.
That's another. Yeah, it's.
I
Remember that guy that tried to burn down the courthouse and he hit his face, but he was shirtless and his name was tattooed on his
Yep.
back.
Yep.
Well, he said I was reading a story today. They're starting to go to face recognition technology
Yeah,
to identify all these
Yeah.
ICE protesters and all these
yeah. That's
people.
why you got to cover the. You got to cover.
Well,
the
they
face.
even are. They have their
Oh,
faces
yeah, it still
covered.
get you anyways.
but not the entire face.
Have you seen some of those crazy new masks that they look like they're just kind of like a nylon pullover and
It's-
it completely
dude,
changes the complexion of your face?
It's the most terrifying
It's
thing in the world.
wild.
What
It-
are those called?
I don't know, but
Tell
they
me
are
more.
they are horrific because it looks like if you put a hoodie over your head and then you wear one of these like pantyhose, it looks like a different person.
Oh.
Did you find them?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a criminal's dream.
It's not okay.
They're saying you can become any celebrity you want.
Oh yeah.
So
or
they're-
any average Joe you want.
Whoa.
I think my gal's gonna buy me a Brad Pitt one, and I'm gonna have to break her heart. I'm like, honey, this
Oh.
doesn't do anything for the rest of this. Like, sorry, and maybe Brad Pitt from the neck up, but it's a
I was gonna say the good thing the rest of you looks just like him.
it's you're not dealing with a Brad Pitt situation anywhere else. Which, by the way, go see the new F1 movie. Really good.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's cheesy summer fun, but I think Top Gun Maverick, but with race cars.
Sure, love it.
And Brad Pitt, who's wonderful.
Well, that's kind of what they did with Days of Thunder, right on the heels of the original Top
There
Gun.
you go. Exactly. It's a better version of Days of Thunder.
All right. Well,
Expired.
wonderful Wednesday program. We love our Wednesdays here. We take them very seriously. We're going to talk tsunami when we come back.
Oh yeah,
Tsunamis.
or lack thereof.
Well, there was. It's just not.
Was there?
We're spoiled. Well, not spoiled. That's a bad term.
Yeah.
We're used to, like, the 2011 still rings in our head
Yeah.
in Japan.
Oh, believe me.
They're not all like that.
Believe me, the BTJ was talking to family members, and it was mashing the old panic button over there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're scarred.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, well, we'll come back and talk about it. That'll be next. Thank you for being with us. It's 105.1 The Fan.
He's back. Damian Lillard is returning to Rip City.
Batum throws to Lillard. A three for the game.
A long road to recovery from injury still looms.
Is Drew Holiday still around? What sort of progress has Klingon made? What happens with Scoot? It's such a weird thing.
But hope is renewed. Keep it on the Fan all off-season.
So look, we don't want to start beef with our friends at Esco.
No.
Our new neighbors. They are a little standoffish over there.
I'd say aloof, yes.
But we do have a text on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, from a man who works at Esco. And he says he's worked there for 20 years. He has listened to our show for probably 15 years. And he says that they make cast iron wear parts for construction and mining equipment. Think excavator buckets and mining lips. Which, so we were talking about they have like a showroom over there?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know what it is. It's just a room.
Yeah, there's always a video on loop showing what
Yeah.
the thing they make does.
And it's got one of the big red excavation bucket things that you put on the end of like
The big shovel. the dig.
Yeah.
The thing that goes on the end of a digger.
yeah. And they've got one of those in there.
This is bad. This is bad.
But Sook thought it was Santa's sleigh. He
I-
thinks they
Okay.
he thinks they make Santa's sleighs over there.
I'm gonna be honest. I told Rob this, and I immediately, I felt so dumb because when the guy said that, and then I looked it up, they're red. First off, they are bright red and green.
Yeah, that they are.
Okay, and it's at an awkward angle when it's sitting there, and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea it was a digging bucket. And all I saw was a weirdly shaped red thing with green trim that it looked like you could sit in and maybe was attached to something. And for some reason, every time I saw it, in my head, I was like, why do they have like a big holiday sleigh in there? I was like,
Good
"There's-"
question. Doesn't make any sense.
It made no sense, but it was the only thing that I could think of when I'd see it, that's what it was. And now that I see it attached to one of like the excavators, this is as dumb as I've felt since probably the Yarmakula or maybe the tape measure.
Well, it raises a good question. Who does make Santa's sleigh?
I thought
It's not
Esco.
Esco.
The elves.
It's not. I'm telling you, next time you walk through there, just do a quick glance and be like, if you didn't know what that was, you were like, what? I don't know. It's thought maybe they made whimsical holiday things. I don't know. Like it's something you could like put. If I put that in front of a Fred Meyer over the holidays, people would put presents in there and it would be a very festive thing.
Maybe they will.
I feel like that's what it is. Why is that thing red and green? Why is no other part of the excavator is red and green? It's like with
I'm sure there's a reason.
the Grinch is operating that?
Well, listen.
We watched The Grinch in our house this morning
Why?
because that's what my 4-year-old wanted to do.
Hey.
Hadn't seen it for a while.
Hey, much like the Monster Mash, it's a great movie regardless of season.
Sure is.
You just, it's a good the Jim Carrey one or the animated one?
The animated one.
Okay.
Well, but not the like 60s animated one. Like Pixar made one that
okay.
was like I think Benedict Cumberbatch
I like
is the voice.
the Boris is it Karloff?
That's the
secret.
classic.
You just let your 4-year-old do whatever he wants.
Kinda.
You can't just.
Buck's 4-year-old threw a lollipop at him today in the car.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, well, because he wanted his farm animals that he left in his mom's car, and when he realized he didn't have them, he was quite upset. And I told him, "You can't have them
Well,
right now.
look,
I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but it's not an option."
It's not going. This is not going well for him.
It carried on for 5 or 6 minutes until I got piped in the side of the head with a lollipop that he found back
Yeah,
there.
that kid doesn't respect you.
No, look, we know who's in
Well,
charge
he's
over
4.
there, and it ain't Ryan Buckley. All right? I do appreciate that.
Well, when you let him watch The Grinch in July,
And that's how you get a lollipop.
Well,
That's why.
He found a Grinch stuffed animal, and he's like, "Oh, the Grinch!" And he was all like, he'd kind of forgotten about the Grinch. He was all excited. I'm like, "Sure,
Dude,
we can watch the Grinch. Who cares?"
I would have given anything to have been riding shotgun when that lollipop bounced.
I yelled.
what'd you do?
I yelled.
You did?
Yeah.
Like,
Did
hey!
did you stop the car?
No, but I yelled, and that upset him. So then he wanted me to pull the car over and stop it so that I could give him a hug.
Aw.
That's adorable.
God, kids are the worst.
That's the microcosm of parenting. They chuck something at your head, you yell, and then they
you
want a
hug.
hug. So
All right.
Maybe
well,
let him sit in the Esco Santa sleigh.
he loves Santa's sleigh. Maybe he should come to work someday.
did you see that Yaz catch today?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I'm watching the Giants and Pirates here,
Yeah.
and Mike Yastrzemski.
He's like a grandson, right?
Yeah,
of
grandson of Carl.
of Mutton Chop Yaz.
Yeah, he's playing right field, and he goes. So I guess I've never really paid attention enough, but there's a short wall before the taller wall.
Yeah, it's like
down the right field line at Oracle.
Yeah, the tall brick wall goes all the way in play, but once you get into foul territory, there's a short wall.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
it's like a little cove.
So he jumps over the short wall, side saddle,
Yeah, catches it.
catches it, and basically hurdles the short wall.
Well, and he
like,
did it
dude,
because he knew that the netting was there. He's like, it's gonna soften the blow. Were you able to see that on the highlights?
there's
So
netting underneath. On the other side.
There's that side netting that goes down the foul line. So it took away risk of injury, or at least softened the blow. So he timed it up and just launched himself into it, knowing it was kind of going to catch him like a trampoline.
Yeah, it was like jumping into a hammock.
Okay, I didn't see that part. That was hard to see.
Yeah, it's dark and it kind of blends in.
If you watch, like, I saw it on the MLB Twitter feed, whatever, posted it, and you can see the guy having to help him out of the net. Like, his cleats are kind of caught into it, and like they have to help him out. And then I enjoyed the tagline. I think it was, "Did he catch it? Yes, he did." Clever play on words.
Is that better than the Jeter catch?
First, don't get me started, because the Jeter catch is the most overrated catch.
He caught the ball in fair territory and then dove into the stands.
This was better than the Jeter catch.
Yes, because the Jeter catch was a nice catch.
It was overrated.
It was just a running catch, and then we made it a big deal because he jumped into the third row.
And bashed his face. If he doesn't come out with a shiner, no one cares.
Don't get me started on that. That's the whole Jeter, anything that dude could fart and we'd pretend like he cured cancer. And Jeter was greatness. I don't doubt it, but God, let's tone down the Derek Jeter stuff. The Yaz catch was better.
Is Yaz any good, Buckley?
Nah.
He doesn't seem like he's any good.
No, he's kind of streaky. He has weeks and months where he looks like a really good player, and then he kind of goes back to being a little bit above average.
Well, the Giants are sellers now. We got Tyler Rogers from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that both Rogers brothers got traded today?
Yeah, so Tyler Rogers, who's a reliever for the Giants, now he's a reliever for the Mets. And I love submarine pitchers.
And they're identical twins, and they both are.
Yeah.
They're both subs?
They're both submariners.
They're both submariners.
I thought one of them went over. Overhand. I was watching one of them the other night. I think it was the Giants guy. Dude, he almost scrapes his knuckles on the ground.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When he pitches.
Yeah. He goes way, way low. So
anyway,
there's Taylor and Tyler.
Yeah, Taylor got traded from the Reds to the Pirates today.
Yes.
For whatever reason. And then Tyler got traded from the Giants to the Mets on the same day.
Yeah, so 2 twins were traded before there was a twin traded.
Like a Minnesota
twin. You mean
twin.
like a Minnesota twin?
Yes. So twins were traded, but a twin was not.
But 2 twins were.
That's dumb.
It's not as dumb as, did he catch it? Yes, he did. I enjoy puns. Come on.
Have 2 twins ever been traded on the same day before, you think?
I don't know. I mean, how many twins have played in baseball together?
Well, if you think about it.
There have been brothers, but I don't know that there have been that many twins.
No, the twins, if you think about it, and it's kind of hard because sometimes you don't know that 2 guys are twins. You just think they're brothers, but they're actually twins.
Yeah.
But if you think of most famous sports twins, there aren't that many, dude. Like you think about
the Morrises.
Yeah, the Morrises, the Barbers.
The McCourties.
Yeah, that's true. Are the McCourties?
Yeah, the McCourties were twins. Wait,
sure?
the McCourties? No, the Pounceys are twins.
The Pounceys are twins. I thought the McCourties were too.
I don't know.
Are they just brothers?
I don't know.
Now I'm confused. The Barbers are, though.
Yeah, the Barbers are probably the most
McCourties are twins.
Okay.
Don't you think the Barbers are the most famous sports twins?
Yeah, the Barbers were really good.
Yeah. I mean, Tiki was a running back legend, and Rondé was really, really good for a really long time.
Did you know the Canseco's were twins? Jose and
Ozzy, except Ozzy was never any good.
Yeah.
Like, I remember getting Ozzy Canseco baseball cards and being like, oh, man. And then you're like, wait, he sucks. He didn't even play. But yeah, I remember the Cansecos. Who are the Hots? There's a couple of the Hot.
The
Cavenders.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, the Brooke and Robin are twins.
The Lopez's.
Yeah, the Lopez brothers.
The Lopez's. But
by the
other
way,
than that,
I'm with you. I thought I read that they were both submariners, but Taylor.
Oh, is Taylor over the top?
Taylor's over the top. I thought I read today that they were both.
you idiot.
They were both submariners.
Do you remember Phil and Steve Mayer, the skier bros?
No.
They're twins.
Oh, I vaguely do. Yeah.
Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Maybe 80s or 90s Olympics.
I don't remember.
American heroes.
But the O'Bannons, were they twins or were they just brothers?
I think they were just brothers. They looked very different. the O'Bannons.
Well, so do the Lopez's. I think they're fraternal.
Who are the most famous twins ever? Like if you said
The Doublemint twins. Oh, by the way,
That's what I would have said too. The,
The
Doublemint twins.
Doublemint?
Yes.
who were the Doublemint twins?
honestly,
Two hot blondes.
I just completely blank 'cause I don't know why. I don't think of hockey, even though it's my favorite sport, because we don't really talk hockey. The most famous set of sports twins are the Sedin brothers.
Yeah.
They were twin brothers that played their entire career on the same team.
Well, maybe not the most famous, but the most successful.
They're the most successful. Yeah, they are. The Sedin brothers were better than the Barbers.
They were like all-star level good
Daniel
for
and
years.
Henrik were like elite players. So I'm going. That's the best on ice. They said they're hockey, and so we don't think about it. But most famous twins of all time, yeah, it's insane. Yeah, the Doublemint twins, man, the two hots.
Is it those two little emo Olsen twins?
Oh,
yeah,
the
Mary
Olsen
Kate and
twins. It
Ashley.
probably is them.
Because I can't think of any other super famous twins.
Is there a twin where one is famous and one is not?
Well, then we wouldn't know that, would we?
Well,
If one's not famous, how do we know that there's a twin?
according to AI, the most famous twins are indeed Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Really?
Yes.
You asked if there's a twin that the one of them isn't famous. Ashton Kutcher is a twin, and his brother Michael, apparently, who I've never heard of.
Oh my
is his
gosh,
brother.
really?
Yeah.
There's another Ashton Kutcher out there?
Yeah. And I guess Scarlett Johansson has a twin brother named Hunter.
Okay. The world does not deserve two Ashton Kutchers.
How about the Winklevosses?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So they're going the most famous. They went Mary Kate and Ashley. They went the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody kids. The
Don't know that.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse. They were in Big Daddy. They were actors too. They were big when they were little, and then they grew up and no one cared.
Oh, they were the kid in Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did a whole series called The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. It was big. My kids liked that. And then you got the Bella twins, which are the wrestling hots. And then they went with the Winklevosses. And then apparently there's some other actors that I've never heard of.
Giovanna Ribisi's a twin. He has his twin sister.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody knows that.
Right.
No. But Mary Kate and Ashley, I mean, they've been famous since they were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Full House, yeah.
Even though they played the same character. You know,
It's just kind of weird that they're the most famous twins. I mean, they're not that
no,
famous. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what they do anymore, but I mean, no.
I think they make like billions of dollars with some like Target or Walmart fashion line.
fashion. Yeah.
The Good Charlotte Bros are twins.
Oh.
Benji and Joel Madden. They had that one song, and one of them's married to Cammie Diaz.
Okay.
What about Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
I think that's-
Tsunami
That's
evacuations.
enough of that madness.
Big water talk coming up next. Here's Buck on 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan, the trade deadline nearing in Major League Baseball, and the Mariners active once again today. They have acquired a left-handed reliever from the Pittsburgh Pirates in Caleb Ferguson. He has 45 appearances this year, an ERA of 3.74, and has allowed just one home run in those 45 appearances. The M's are back in action this evening, taking on the Athletics in Sacramento. All-star starter Brian Wu on the hill for the M's. Jeffrey Springs gets the start for the A's. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. You can see tonight's game on the MLB Network. Other pre-trade deadline action around the majors. The Mets acquired right-handed reliever Tyler Rogers from the Giants, while the Reds trade for Pirates third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes in exchange for reliever Taylor Rogers. With Aaron Judge on the shelf, the Yankees have acquired outfielder Austin Slater from the Cubs, and the Blue Jays bolster their bullpen, trading for righty reliever Sir Anthony Rodriguez from Baltimore. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Are you hurt and missing work? Are the insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy. He's at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for
Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Been watching these videos. Pretty scary. You know, they had that big old earthquake in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way,
it's like an 8-point something.
8.8.
Yeah, it was a doozy.
It's one of the biggest ever. I think they ranked it 7th biggest.
Biggest since 2011, I know. Biggest of the last 14 years.
Yeah. How big was the one that Japan got the big tsunami?
Don't know off the top of my head. I think it was around that.
You think it was?
I think it was
that high?
in that range. I think.
Well, I tell you, that Japanese tsunami in 2011. If you just go Google image photos of that, it's just hard to even wrap your head around.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, and that's, I mean,
and some of those videos of the rushing water, so that's, I mean, the movies. Growing up, I was terrified of tsunami.
9.0.
9.0
oh,
to
that
9.1.
was a 9.
Yeah,
okay.
9.
And that was in 2011, so it's the biggest since that one.
So when you grow up in Kansas, you have a fear of, you don't know anything about the ocean. You never see the ocean, and you're terrified of the ocean. And so, the movies tell you that these big, these walls of water, the tsunami, tsunami would be like the number one thing that terrified me growing up. But they're not really like that. They're to varying degrees, and
it's not necessarily the 60 foot of water. It's the
It's a
amount
swell.
of water. It's a swell.
Yeah.
What was the one in was it Indonesia? That was I don't know. They made a movie about it. And there's video of that. It's because it's like when it comes in, it may only be 15 feet high, but it's carrying with it houses and cars and bridges and everything, and it ends up going 6 miles inland, and it's just a wave of debris that crushes and kills everything in its path.
which is why Japan was so bad.
Well, and we had the nuke plant.
It's just
meltdown.
just watching that is terrifying, but it's different than how you maybe picture what a really bad tsunami could look like, right?
Yes.
So you don't really know. So I'm sitting there watching.
The one we picture is what the movie show. That's the apocalyptic.
Right.
200, like an asteroid hits.
End of days style.
End of days, a 200-foot wall of water. They say like if an asteroid hit, like off the coast of California, like a dinosaur killer, the wall of water would be several hundred feet high and it would wash up like in Denver. Like that's end of days. This stuff doesn't create that.
There was one, and we've talked about this story before, and I don't remember where it was, but no one saw it. But they had a landslide into this. Do you remember talking about this story? There was a landslide of giant rocks into this body of water that created a 100-foot wave, but no one saw it. They just scientists are going back and saying that this is likely what happened.
Yeah.
But no one was there.
Yeah, no one was
it's
there.
too remote.
Yeah.
So those types of tsunamis can happen.
They're just
But my point is, I was watching all the people trying to evacuate in Hawaii today, or last night, whenever it was, because they issued, so this earthquake hits in Russia, and they issue a evacuation order for parts of Hawaii. Or all of Hawaii. I don't know where are they going? I guess they're just going to high ground.
Yeah.
But dude, that's kind of terrifying because you don't nothing really happened. They got a few swells, a couple feet. They got some debris washed up on some sidewalks. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No.
But they don't know that. You don't know that. You have visions of Japan in your head. Everybody's scrambling to get to higher ground. All these cars are lined up trying to get out of it. It's gridlock. Everybody's panicked.
Well, if you wait and see and it's bad, then it's too late. So you have to do that ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't believe it, but there are people that are like, well, why did you issue this warning or the evacuation? Well, because if it's a bad one, you have to evacuate.
If you have,
they don't know.
If you have one of the worst earthquakes over the last 25 years, you do have to be careful because when it is bad, again, go back to the Fukushima plant. I mean, the one in Japan should be a warning to everyone. So we got it on both ends because last night I got home and the BTJ was freaking out because a lot of her Asian friends are from Hawaii. That's kind of a middle ground. A lot of Asian families end up settling in Hawaii. So she was texting with 2 or 3 of her good friends in Hawaii, and they were panicking, as you said, but they didn't know where to go. They said traffic was a nightmare think about the road in Maui. There's one road.
Yeah.
Well, there's nowhere to go. So everyone was freaking out. Some people were just like taking like bicycles or trying to hike to higher ground. And then she was calling family back in Japan because they were freaked out over there. Although she felt kind of bad because her family was like, they're on the wrong side of Japan where it would hit. They're like, we're fine. That's someone else's problem. And then our daughter lives in Korea. So we were calling over there and she was like, oh, Japan will block it. It won't get to us. So it was like this weird passing of the buck. But yeah, there was a lot of, we were doing a lot of texting last night trying to like, hey, is everyone safe? And like, are you panicked? Because we know a lot of people that are in those warning zones. And if you're there, I don't know how you dismiss that.
No, you can't.
You can't.
See, if I'm in Hawaii, I think I'm doing what you just said. I think I'm hiking to higher ground because you're not flying out of there.
No.
You're also, if you're in your car, like, I don't know.
There's nowhere to
You're
drive.
screwed. If you get the big one, your car's inconsequential anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to save my body.
You just walk it.
And I'm walking to the highest point possible, and I'm
Yep.
taking some snackies
Yep.
and maybe some booze.
Camping chair and see what happens.
Let's watch.
Did you see the news anchor that told people find a 10-story building and then go 4 stories higher than that? Seriously.
What?
Yeah. It's like that. You'll be safe if you can find a building that's 10 stories and you can go 4 floors above that.
Well, how do you
So
do that?
14 stories, I
Yeah,
guess.
you're screwed.
Yeah, why don't you just tell somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. That's odd.
Well, anyway.
Well, and Japan was a little gun shy, obviously. People over
Well,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and rightly so.
Yeah.
But anyway, we didn't get much.
Nope.
So thankfully, it wasn't a thing.
But this is the problem is like you were saying, one of these days there is going to be the bad one and everyone's going to be like, it's like the dude that goes out in the hurricane and he's on a jet ski. It's fun, all fun and games until it's the one that you can't,
well, I will say they
joke
weren't
around with.
They weren't like,
Yeah.
for this one.
No.
They weren't in Hawaii. Like that's the thing about Hawaii. I love Hawaii. Hawaii's great. This would be why I'd be terrified to live there.
Yeah.
Like where are you going?
Yeah. Yep.
You're dead, bro.
Well, and that's
or you're living on top of a mountain.
It's a real thing over in Japan. Her family, their only saving grace is they're on the other coast. Like it kind of it tucks you away, right? If it's going to come, it's going to come from the wrong side of it, for the most part. And that's I need to ask: is that like a reason to move somewhere? Like if you're over there, you're like, you know what, I'm going to be on this other side. Like, do you feel like, or is that just like you can't worry about that when you're thinking about where you're going to move?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you get that, like in Florida, like in the Gulf Coast, like one side gets it worse than the other
I would never live there.
in the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, for that reason.
Yeah.
Every year you're
Yeah.
playing with fire.
Yeah.
They call it hurricane season because it happens
Yeah.
regularly every year.
Yeah. Imagine living in the Caribbean. Imagine being on one of
Yeah.
those islands. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
kind of
tough.
well, but I think to your point, when you were talking about growing up in Kansas, I've told the story. I was driving through Oklahoma and the tornado siren hit, and I've never been I was freaking out, and everyone around me thought I was the biggest bitch. Like they were making fun of me.
Well, if you think about it, it's very different because tornadoes, while can be very bad,
Yeah.
they can drop anywhere, and you can generally, and there's just vast lands out
Yeah.
there. So it's not like
Yeah.
a whole coast of water.
But when you grow up there, the siren doesn't affect you. When you're me and you
hear the siren,
and you hear it, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's very eerie.
I'm like the Twister, and like all of a sudden everyone's inside. I'm like, cool, here's the Twister movie.
Yeah.
And I'm
You
trying
go back to the movies.
and I'm trying to ask people, like, what do I do? And they're looking at me like, oh, get a BLT. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna die. I hide behind a JC Penney's as if that's gonna do something. But like I was in a deep panic. I really thought it was
Well-
my ass and no one else cared. And I think that's the thing. When you live those places, I think you become numb to it. I think if you're in the Caribbean and you're like hurricanes coming, you're like, here's another one. Whereas
yeah,
if
I guess. I guess with the hurricanes, but with tsunamis, that doesn't. I don't see that because tornadoes, it's not going to just drop right on your head,
Yeah.
right? Like you should have enough warning. It may screw up your house,
Yeah. Your mobile home.
whatever.
Yeah.
But whereas if you live on a coast and a big tsunami
Yeah.
is coming, dude, you're in trouble.
Yep.
So you hear those sirens, that applies to everyone on that coast.
Sure.
Whereas tornado,
Yeah.
it's a small swath that it's well, it could be a big swath, but even that is small compared to the amount of land and where you could go, you can get away from it. So I think it's two different things, but I think with hurricanes, yes. I wonder if down there in like the Gulf Coast, they're just like it's not a huge deal to them. I would think I just think that would be really, at the very least, annoying to have to board up your house and evacuate pretty much every year, if not every other year. Dude, come on.
That's why a lot of those people don't. They just write it out. They're like, nope, I've been here and whatever.
Survived the last one, I'll survive this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, nothing major happened.
No, we're okay.
But it's scary.
Absolutely.
It's scary, dude. That tsunami thing. And this text is right. Somebody texted the fan text line and said, I was a little surprised to find out how little we know about tsunamis because they travel underwater. The speed and size aren't trackable until they hit the shallow water near the coast. And by then it's too late. That's exactly right. That's why you don't know. That's why they have to issue evacuation warnings.
Yeah.
Or evacuation orders.
Well, imagine.
Because they don't know if it's going to be big.
Well, imagine, internet days, you had no idea. You were just sitting there. At least now we get warnings.
That's true.
Back in the day, it was just like, you're sitting there, and next thing you know, you're like, Dad.
That wave looks pretty big.
And you're like, I think we're going to die. But, like, look at this. Like, this is the one from Fukushima. Like, that wave doesn't look that bad.
Oh, yeah.
But look at everything that's coming with it.
I know.
Like, you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, a 60-foot fishing boat is being hurled at you and your house, and you're like, how do you move out of the way of that? And you're like, you don't.
And the water just keeps coming.
Yeah. It's just a never-ending swell.
Terrifying.
Then it hits a nuke reactor, and then it really gets bad.
There's one other thing I learned today that I learned about a new part of the world today regarding this whole story, which we will get to wrap up this conversation coming up next on The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague. Dirt
they have a dating profile, that is their photo.
But but that's kind of like the tornado thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can golf. Like
Yeah.
the fire is not going to burn the golf course by the time you're done.
Until it does.
Well, it would, but I mean, you would know that though.
Would you? I mean, I guess that's the thing is people get caught in bad situations. Well, we had the guy who just drowned because he was retrieving a ball. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, there was a guy.
Golf ball?
No, he said it was some sort of ball. He was either, I don't remember if it was the Columbia. It's like 2 or 3 days ago. Guy drowned, and they said that he was trying to retrieve like a piece of sports equipment.
I heard there was someone missing. I didn't hear that detail.
So, you throw a football or you kick a soccer ball out there and you're like, well, I can get it. And you chest deep, and then you're like, it's a little deeper. And you're like, oh, you're fine. You're okay until you're not. Like if you're by a fire, you see this all the time with people evacuations, and they say, well, the fire's not that close. Next thing you know, a big wind gust comes and it kicks the fire. That fire can jump like a mile before you know it. And now it's behind you and you're like, oh, F. So that's my point is we think we're fine because it doesn't seem to be right on top of you. But it's alarming how quickly things can change to we're not okay. What was we were talking about the pilot. The pilot that was what 4.5 miles away from the other plane, and you hear 4.5 miles. What's the big deal? That's not an evasive maneuver. But we did a little math and we figured out if both planes are going roughly 500 miles an hour, you have about 11 seconds to make a decision before you go kablooey. And all of a sudden, again, you're like, oh, that plane's there. What do I do? Oh, 11 seconds went by and I'm dead.
Yeah, and in this instance, I think they were on the other side of the river. Not that fires can't jump water because they do, right? But they were on the other side of the Columbia. It just the way the photo was made it look like they were right next to the fire. Like the next parcel over was burning
and didn't care.
It wasn't, and they didn't care. But it was a cool photo. Anyway, what I learned as we wrap up this discussion here, what I learned today, so where that 8.8 earthquake hit is a peninsula in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And you being from Alaska, maybe you know this or have seen this
Well,
from your living room window.
I looked out the window in Anchorage and was like, "There's you moron."
But that
Can I
peninsula.
just say that's one of the dumbest things a politician has ever said.
So it's that peninsula in Russia, and I forget what it's called. I went and looked it up, and I was expecting Siberia.
Yeah.
I was expecting desolate nothing.
Sure.
Nothingness. It's gorgeous.
Yeah?
Yes. Go look it up, dude.
What's it?
I don't know. I just said I don't know.
You don't get me.
What did you look up?
Well, the earthquake.
I
looked up where
Russia Peninsula earthquake.
Well, yeah, where the earthquake was is right on this peninsula, and I don't know how many people live there, but
My guess is not many.
it is stunning. Mountains.
Oh, this is in
Yeah, what's it called?
Ketchumaka?
Okay, I'm sure that's not right, but
Yeah, I don't know. Kamchatka Peninsula. Oh my God, you are so
are you
right.
seeing the photos of
It
that?
looks amazing.
Yeah. What would you think
It
that
looked-
would have looked like?
It looks like a Nordic village. That if you showed me that photo right there, I would think that that's like
Yeah.
Oslo.
No,
or
yeah,
something.
exactly. I want to go there. Well, maybe I don't, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Dude, that's
awesome.
a stunning photo. Now, to be fair, it's like at night and there's a great mountain backdrop.
Big mountain,
Big mountain.
ocean mountain.
Yeah, they've made it look really great. Maybe it doesn't look like
No,
that in person.
I went deeper than that photo you're looking at there.
That looks amazing.
Just Google image photos of that peninsula. It's really pretty.
Huh.
And who would have thought?
Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, I mean, it's right across. Like if you know where the Aleutian Islands are, Alaska, the little tail that comes down, the little the little vestibule tail in Alaska. It's right across from that. And no, I've never seen it, but that is amazing. Which honestly, it kind of makes sense because Southern Alaska is not. It's the same thing. When people hear Alaska, they think desolate, snowy ice, but Southern Alaska is not like that. Southern Alaska doesn't look like that. If you go to Kodiak Island and all those places, it's actually some of the most beautiful places on Earth that don't get all that snow-covered crap.
All right, that wraps it up. I think we're done talking about. Well, not today, but I just mean I think we're done talking about tsunamis and.
I think we're going to stop.
Thank you, Artie. That was hot. natural disaster talk for you guys today on a Wednesday.
It was right across from the sea of. You want to try to pronounce that sea that it was in?
I didn't even see it. What's it? Spell it.
I'm looking at all the little.
You're speaking Japanese.
Yeah. OKLHOTSK.
One more time, please.
OKLHOSK.
Could I have the origin, please?
Some sea in between Mongolia and the
Okhotsk?
yeah, and the
I'm gonna go
Okhotsk.
Okhotsk.
there you go.
I'm gonna go
Okhotsk? Where's the L?
He said L. He said OKL.
Yeah, isn't there an L in there?
Oh, I see OKHOTSK.
You said L.
Oh, well, it was so small. I guess that is not an L. That's just the H.
Damn it, Sukanic.
Well, it's on a
What
map.
is the spelling? OKHOSK.
It's OK Hot SK.
Okay, hot SK. Okay, boy, you were looking at the spelling and misspelled it shockingly poorly.
If you see how little this is on the map, it all just blends together. How the hell? You're telling me you're gonna look at that and see that clearly?
Well, yeah.
No BS.
My eyes are very important to me. Don't try to deflect.
Apparently-
You can't even spell when spelling.
Well, it was very small.
Okhotsk.
The Sea of Okhotsk.
That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Ox. I'm gonna go with Okhotsk.
It's an Oxnard.
It's
What?
a bunch of ots.
Yeah.
All right. We should probably get to some sort of sport.
Yeah, probably.
Do you have anything tie-dye?
No.
That is next on 105.1 The Fan.
Baker could become
FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the fan, the Mariners remain active ahead of the trade deadline. ESPN's Jeff Passan reporting this afternoon that Seattle has acquired lefty reliever Caleb Ferguson from the Pirates. Ferguson has a 3.74 ERA. He's allowed just one home run in 45 appearances out of the pen this season. The M's are back in action tonight, taking on the Athletics in Sacramento once again. All-star starter Brian Wu on the hill for Seattle. Jeffrey Springs gets the start for the A's. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. You can see tonight's game over on the MLB Network. Meanwhile, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested on 3 gambling charges. The federal indictment says the former sharpshooter was hosting illegal high-stakes poker games at his mansion. And in the Bay Area, the Warriors and forward Jonathan Kuminga still at a contract negotiation impasse. He's reportedly turned down the team's 2-year, $45 million offer. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy. He's at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Okay, everyone, shut up and look at me.
Primetime with Isaac and Suk.
The less I know about other people's affairs, the happier I am. I'm not interested in caring about people.
Isaac Robb.
I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I ever had. We still never talk sometimes.
Jason Sukanik.
I also think it's pointless for a human to paint scenes of nature when they could just go outside and stand in it.
Primetime on the Fan Sports Network. 105.1 and 1080.
Please do not misinterpret the fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest. End of speech.
The Fan.
All right, hour 2. That body of water you were trying to spell is pronounced Okhotsk.
Ah, yes, the mighty Okhotsk Sea.
The Okhotsk.
Boy, that's a landmine for talk radio.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at pictures of Siberia.
Yeah.
During the break, as one does, you know.
Yeah.
If I told you could retire tomorrow, but you have to live in Siberia for the next 20 years before you're allowed to move, would you?
No. Why the
Really?
hell would I spend 20...
Yeah, how are you sweeten that deal? Why would that be?
Well, because you retired. You can just goof off in Siberia.
But you're
now, you
retired
can travel.
in Siberia.
I'll let you travel.
No.
But that's your home.
No.
And then after 20 years, you're free and clear. You can live wherever you can live in the Okhotsk.
Have you seen Siberia?
Well, yeah, I just said I was looking at pictures of Siberia.
No. We're
good grief.
We're good here. Like there's a war going on anyways. I'm going to be falling out of a window. Knowing me, I'd say something to piss off the dear leader, and I'd end up falling out of a window in the only building in Siberia. There'd be one elevator in Siberia, and I would fall into the elevator shaft of it. No, I'm good.
But hey, you're retired.
Yeah, I don't mind working.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. If I don't have structure in my life, it's problematic. You put me in the middle of Siberia with nothing to do, I don't know.
You wouldn't want to find out what that would end up being like?
I don't know what
For
sort
20
of
years?
trouble you could get into in Siberia, but
All
my
right, 10
guess
years.
is I'd find it.
I'll give you 10 years.
No.
We'll do a reality show. You'll make money.
No, I'm good, man. You can't give me somewhere a little better. Give me somewhere in Hurricane Alley. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with the hurricanes.
Well, I mean, people already lived on. I mean, that's no.
Yeah.
You know, Siberia. I don't know how many people live out there, but
I don't think many.
But
I think there's a reason why. There's that infamous movie about the soldiers that walked from, I think they walked from a prison camp, World War II in Siberia. And I want to say it was like in Yemen or India that they walked to. It was thousands of miles. And it's a true story. And the guy says that when they got there, there's not like really a lot of fences. There's not like a lot of security. And I guess when you went there, the prison told you that their walls and the guards were not your jailers. It was Siberia that was your jailer. And they're like, we're not keeping you prisoner here. We're keeping you safe. Because the idea was like, if you left, good luck.
You're not figuring it out on your own.
No. And like, there was like 4 dudes that did. It was like one of the great escapes of all time. Like 4 bros.
And they made it?
They made it. Well, I don't think they all made it, but 1 or 2 of them ended up making it. They ended up walking.
I think I'd give that a shot. I mean, I don't want to be in prison, so I just like, I don't know. Maybe I'll die out there, but what if I make it?
I'll find out. That might be until you're 2 days into the Siberian wilderness and you've lost 3 toes already. One of your compadres has died and been eaten by wolves, and you're like, maybe I'll go back. Like, there were stories of people escaping from that prison and then a day later coming back, showing up at the gates of the prison being like, sorry, my bad. I'd like to be here now.
Longing for that toilet swill.
It's better than the Siberian wilderness in like 1939.
I don't know. I think that's an interesting, it's kind of an interesting human experiment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're in prison, but
free to go whenever you want.
Yep. Head out if you like. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's called Ed Harris is in it. And it's called, the movie, I believe it's called The Long Walk. And they escaped from a gulag camp and they walked to India.
So I asked you if you had anything tie-dye.
I do not have anything tie-dye. Why? I'm not a tie-dye person.
No, you don't seem it.
Nah, it's not a...
Who's the most tie-dye guy at the Fan?
Rusty, probably.
I can see that.
I could see Buck having some tie-dye.
Well, tie-dye is a very fun kids activity, so I do have 3 tie-dye shirts that we just made in the backyard.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wear one tomorrow.
I'm trying to think, like, at one point I may have had a Blues Traveler tie-dye shirt, maybe.
I've never owned anything tie-dye.
I can't. I don't find it to be a good look.
No, it's a mess.
Yeah.
But it's somehow a thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, psychedelics, man.
Well, the Ducks want you to wear tie-dye to the Wisconsin game on the 25th of October.
Yeah. No.
It's going to be a tie-dye out.
Which is weird because Oregon doesn't wear...
well, we're hippies up here.
But does anyone? Like,
what do you mean Oregon doesn't? Tie-dye is like if you said what state is most synonymous with tie-dye, I would say probably Oregon.
Yeah.
California.
California. Look, I get it, but why? Like what? Like I get
just being different.
But are they going to sell like a bunch of duck tie? Are they going to wear tie-dye uniforms? Is it going to be in court? Because normally if you wear like if it's a blackout, you're wearing a black uniform. Whiteout, you're wearing whites. You know, there's some.
Yeah. I'm guessing, maybe they'll do a pretty psychedelic uni that day.
Maybe not the unis, but like all the undergarments, all the the stretch fit stuff,
Sleeves,
and armbands and gloves and stuff.
I don't know.
Cleats.
I'm actually kind of interested in what that might look like if people commit to the bit.
A buddy of mine, though, fellow Duck, pointed out, why wouldn't you announce this 2 days later on Jerry Garcia's birthday?
Yeah, why did they announce it today?
I don't know.
I mean, I think they probably just had a calendar. They're like, we're going to...
Well, did Bill Walton die on this day? Or
no.
That day? Or
no, this is the 60th anniversary, I know, of the Grateful Dead. So I think that's...
Oh.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead community is in the midst of celebrating the band's 60th anniversary. And there's a 3-night run by Dead and Company in the band's hometown of San Francisco this weekend, so maybe that's what it was?
Well, no, they're saying the tie-dye for their game against Wisconsin is in honor of Bill Walton.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know why they chose to release that today and why that particular game.
But Bill wasn't a Duck.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a Bruin. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, I guess, man.
In the video they released, they referenced the time the Grateful Dead came to Autzen in June of '78, but I don't know what that has to do with any of this.
Yeah,
maybe Walton was there.
Did you know the Dead played there?
I found that out today because I saw the same little video, but no, I was not aware. I was not aware that the Dead had played there.
In the video is Bill Walton standing on the field at Autzen Stadium wearing a Duck shirt. So,
all right, go tie-dye. Will you be wearing tie-dye? I mean,
no. Like I said, I don't have any tie-dye.
No. Well, maybe you could buy some.
Are people here really committed to that bit, though? Do you think that will be a thing? Because I feel like Buck
Buck
said this during the break, and I think he's right. He's like, when you do the whiteout or the blackout or whatever they do in college football, pretty much everybody does it now.
Mm-hmm.
The South, it's a whole different level of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not that committed to it. Even though we do it.
Students will get into it, super fans will get into it, but like you go to a Tennessee game and everybody is in Tennessee orange, period, end of statement. And, even if you're doing the special games like the Penn State whiteout, everyone will be in white for that game. There was a brief moment in time in Oregon football history, I think, where it was what it was. It would have been 2003 when they debuted the lightning yellow uniforms, and Autzen all the time looked lightning yellow, and that was pretty cool. But when you say on your ticket that you're changing it every week, black, green, tie-dye, striped, whatever, it's just there's no staying power there.
Someone said, I'm a Duck fan and I own a Duck tie-dye shirt. Well, there you go. Someone said else tie-dye helmets could be cool.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, the tie-dye helmet. The uniform might be a bit much, but if you did a tie-dye helmet, I could see that being a pretty cool thing. And look, let's give Oregon some credit. Oregon makes really good gear. So if they release a whole set of tie-dye merch,
Unlikely to screw it up.
yeah, because I saw the
It'll
little.
be cool.
They did the Grateful Dead logo, but with the duck.
With green and yellow
With
instead
green
of
and
red
yellow.
and blue.
It was a cool thing. If you like the Grateful Dead, I am not a Grateful Dead fan. I don't get jam bands necessarily, but I could see where this would be pretty cool. By the way, that Russian the prison walk, 4,000 miles from Siberia to British-controlled India.
How long did it take them?
They're saying 11 months.
4,000 miles?
4,000 miles.
God.
It was a 2010 film, The Way Back. Now, it has been debated. There are people that are claiming that this guy is full of crap. There's a controversy surrounding it, but no one can prove or unprove his story. But some people think that it's just the idea that you could walk 4,000 miles through Siberia, through the Gobi Desert, through the Himalayas.
No way.
There's some people that think that he's full of crap.
Yeah.
But he was a Polish officer that claims, and no one's really around to verify those claims. But he wrote a book, and they made a movie about it. And if he did do it, it's incredible.
All right, up next, who would you trade? Browns quarterback edition on the Fan.
See
Ah, the great Billy Joel.
That new documentary, And So It Goes, is really good.
Yeah, have you watched the whole thing yet?
Yeah.
You
And
got both. You got both parts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's really good.
Dynamite.
And then they on Spotify, they did an entire everything from all the intros to all the deep cuts. They put out like a double giant album on Spotify.
Pretty cool.
It's really, really well done.
After watching that doc, I was listening to music when I'm like practicing my chips, putts, or hitting balls or whatever.
Putting on the Ritz.
And boy, was I in a Billy Joel, because I just hadn't listened to him much in a while.
He's greatness.
And I just got in a Billy Joel roll the other day, boy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Some may say the greatest American singer-songwriter of all time.
You know what the thing is about that doc, though? I hate to say this.
Okay.
I do.
Talk to me.
The doc is great.
Yeah.
It is a very deep dive into the career of Billy Joel and the life of Billy Joel.
Yes.
And Billy Joel is in it. And Billy Joel is awesome. He's pretty much just a savant. Like he just was born to play piano. And he's really incredible. Like almost kind of underrated even. That said, I couldn't help but think as they continued to go through the things that happened in his life, how big of an idiot he kind of was. Like he didn't pay attention to anything. Like, and he's even admits it. He's like, I just, I was an artist.
Yep.
And his manager was ripping him off.
What?
He wasn't like he just was.
drunk.
He was housed. Yeah. He also says that he wasn't drunk when he said multiple car wrecks, and he's saying, I don't know. Like I think he's kind of full of it. Some in some of the interviews, but he was his own worst enemy on all of this stuff. It's like, dude,
kind of let bad stuff
wake
happen
up.
to him. Right?
I think sometimes when you're a savant and a tortured savant at that, and I just think everything else kind of goes by the wayside. And yeah, you're right. He is his own worst enemy, but a lot of that led to some of the best work that he had ever done. I don't know anyone that I listen to that writes more autobiographical music than Billy, which is why I love him so much. And I think when you listen to him and he talks about how tortured the songwriting process was for him, I think some of that may have been some sort of weird codependency thing where he used the creative process to deal with it, but also maybe the creative process led to him.
Like he needed a little bit of that so that he could like produce his stuff.
You ever meet those people that thrive in chaos? I think Billy may be one of those guys that just thrives in chaos. And if that's all you know, he tells a story when he was like 6 or 7 years old, where he sat down and started playing bass. His dad was a classically trained musician, and he didn't really know his father very much. And he started playing Beethoven by ear, by the way, because he couldn't read music. And he said, I started to improvise, and he started to play a rock version of Beethoven. He was making up improv Beethoven when he was like 6 years old. And he played what he was playing, and it sounds amazing. And his dad came down, hit him with a right hook, knocked him unconscious. And he said, when he woke up like a minute later, he goes, well, that was the end of my improv. Well, when you're 6 years old and you're a savant and you're playing what God made you to play, and your dad's response is to knock you unconscious, my guess is that probably starts you off on it's a little bit like a Michael Jackson path, right? Like what made you great also made you very, very self-destructive.
Yeah, but he kind of never learned though.
No,
like
he
never changed.
But maybe he didn't want to because it fed the creative process.
And the one thing I always relate, he says in there, he just said, I never liked being told what to do, and when I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And I relate to that because I have burned more damn bridges for no reason in my life than I care to admit. And it's the old Homer Simpson, may the bridges I burn light my way. And I couldn't tell you why I do it. And I guess I relate to that in some ways, that like, he's not even apologetic. He goes, I don't know. It's just what I did. And I found I find an honesty in that, and that he's just, this is who I am.
He's amazing, and the doc is amazing.
Yeah.
Give it
The
a
music's
watch.
incredible.
That's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Did you know they actually changed it back to HBO Max?
Yeah.
It's no longer Max.
It was because it was the dumbest rebrand of all time.
They've rebranded that thing 6 times and people still don't know what it is.
It's HBO Max now again.
Yeah, because I guess people confuse it with Cinemax. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I believe I tuned in a couple times to watch the Red Shoe Diaries, and I'm like, where the hell is my softcore porn? And I was like, Righteous Gemstones.
I have the odds for the Browns quarterback trades because they're saying they're going to trade one of their quarterbacks.
Well, you can't have 9 of them.
Well, they have 4, Jays. And you really can't have 4.
No. I thought there was a 5th one. Didn't they have like some other guy in camp?
No, they may have somebody in camp, but they have 4.
Yeah, they have Pickett.
I guess under contract.
Flacco, Pickett, Shador, and Gabriel.
So I have the odds here. The odds to be the Browns' Week 1 starting quarterback. Who do you think is the favorite?
It's Joe Flacco, and if you're betting on anything else, then I don't know what to tell you.
Joe Flacco minus 130.
Yes.
So you're saying that's a pretty good little bet.
It's a gimme. Unless Joe Flacco blows a hamstring, Joe Flacco will be the starter.
Kenny Pickett, plus 100.
And he's dealing with a hammy right now.
And Shedeur Sanders plus 500, Dylan Gabriel plus 700.
So you're telling me that Shedeur Sanders has better odds to play than Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah. To start week 1.
If you want to know how dumb
Sucker
people
bet.
are, I would like to point out Shedeur Sanders is getting like 4 reps per day in practice. Not 4 per period, 4.
Is Gabriel getting more then?
Yes.
Oh.
Like Shedeur Sanders is not.
Let's do that.
He just isn't taking snaps, period. Like you don't go from 4th string to starting. It just doesn't happen. In fact, I think in the history of the modern NFL, I want to say there's been one or two 5th round and above that have started week 1. And it ain't going to be Shedeur Sanders. It's the 2nd or the 3rd. And when you can't get reps in camp, what are people thinking? This is the whole Bronny James thing. This is how dumb the public is. We've been told that Shedeur Sanders is really good, and we've been told that Shedeur Sanders is going to be a star.
And that he matters and that he will have an impact on the NFL.
You just had their owner. I want you to process this. The owner of the Cleveland Browns yesterday came out at a press conference, at training camp, and made a point. And by the way, a really, really strong, like, hey, I want everyone to know I didn't want to pick this kid. This was the GM, so blame him. That's not.
Oh, no.
If the coaching staff was around and was like, dude, this kid's really good, the owner wouldn't be like, hey, just so you know, I'm not taking credit or blame for that kid. And yet we're still trying to make Shedeur Sanders a thing. In fact, Dion was saying, I heard Dion in a little thing.
Do you believe?
2-3 days ago, say that Shedeur didn't want him to come to camp. Dion was going to visit him. He goes, no, don't come because I'm not playing. He goes, I may take 3 reps and I don't want you to see that. And Dion's like, don't worry. He's like, come preseason, they're going to have to play him. And once he plays in the preseason, that's all we need. Like, you're still trying to will.
Like once he gets his chance, there'll never be any going back.
Like
Okay,
we get these narratives in our head that because someone is a star and that we've been told over and over again, the NFL doesn't care whether it's Quinn Ewers or Shedeur Sanders or Johnny Manziel, you can come in with all the hype in the world. If you can't play, you don't play. And I'm sorry, but look at the quarterback room that he can't beat out. He can't beat out Dylan Gabriel. No offense to Dylan, but that's not a NFL starter. You can't beat out Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett,
and the ultimate journeyman vet,
and 1,000-year-old Joe Flacco. You not only can you not beat him out, you can't even beat him out to get reps, and yet we're still being like, well, I think there's a decent shot.
His time's coming.
I mean, it just, you can't help sports fans. Sometimes you can't help them.
Joe Flacco is not 1,000 years old. He is 40.
In NFL terms, that's a fact. By the way, Joe Flacco was 40 when he was 26.
He's
just
a man.
So you know.
He's 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Which quarterback will be traded before week 1?
Kenny Pickett.
You can get plus money on Pickett.
That's a good bet. Pickett will get dealt.
Dylan Gabriel minus 150.
Why would anyone?
That wouldn't make sense because they drafted Gabriel ahead of Sanders.
Yeah.
So wouldn't he be the guy they'd want to keep and you'd flip Shedeur or Pickett?
Let me just state for the record, no one wants Shedeur Sanders, and no one probably wants Dylan Gabriel either. So
Gabriel minus 150, Pickett plus 200, Sanders plus 400, and Flacco plus 700.
Yeah,
Those are the odds.
Pickett will get moved. Flacco will win the job. Gabriel, my guess, does enough. Pickett's dealing with the hammy, and Shedeur Sanders, no one wanted to draft him, and yet someone's going to trade for him? Why not just wait for Shedeur Sanders to get cut and then just put him on your practice squad? Again, you can't help people from being their own worst enemy. But the Pickett one is a decent bet, because if Gabriel shows enough in the preseason, then you don't need Kenny Pickett. You got Flacco, you got Gabriel, and my guess is Sanders probably ends up on the practice squad.
All right, up next, it is time for your noted newsman to bust out with hard-hitting news you can use.
I love hard-hitting news.
Calling all golfers.
Ooh.
Next, here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brian Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan, the Mariners back in action this evening. They take on the Athletics again in Sacramento. All-star starter Brian Wu is on the hill for Seattle. Jeffrey Springs gets the start for the A's. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. You can see the game on MLB Network. The Mariners also remaining active ahead of the trade deadline today. ESPN's Jeff Passan reporting earlier this afternoon that Seattle has acquired lefty reliever Caleb Ferguson from the Pirates. Ferguson had a 3.74 ERA and just one home run allowed in 45 appearances with the Buccos this season. Other pre-trade deadline acquisitions around the majors: the Mets have acquired right-handed reliever Tyler Rogers from the Giants. The Reds trade for Pirates third baseman Brian Hayes in exchange for reliever Taylor Rogers. With Aaron Judge on the shelf, the Yankees have acquired outfielder Austin Slater from the Cubs, and the Blue Jays bolstered their bullpen, trading for righty reliever Sir Anthony Rodriguez from Baltimore. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, people getting hurt out there, guys. Yeah. It's getting bad out there. You know, everybody's, you got tsunamis, you got homeless.
You got me off the tee today.
Yeah, you got Sook's Wild Driver.
Boy, it was...
God, where'd you play?
It wasn't good.
Where were you?
No one needs to know the scene of that crime.
Well, if you were at that golf course today and you saw some errant golf balls, you were close to getting hit in the head by Sukanik. You could get some of that big Sukanik fortune, but all you would have to do is call Donikin. Should he hit you with an errant drive?
But I'll tell you, there were some wealthy people out there. It was one of those places, so I don't want to get anyone any bright ideas. So you just don't pay attention to what was happening. But if someone else of significant means hits you in the head with a golf ball, Happy Gilmore 2 style.
Like Sook would come up to you and try to sign a glove and hand it to you. Oh, really sorry about that. No. You're pulling out your phone and you're calling Donikin at the Advocates.
Yeah. That is the sort of thing that they specialize in, yes. And unlike a lot of places, they don't settle. They will actually fight for you. Or if they don't have a case because they're like, you know what, Sukanik is so nice and he's just so lovable, no one would ever convict him of anything. They'll just tell you, hey, we can't help you and to move on. They're honest and upfront about it.
Yeah, man, they've built a reputation. They will hammer the insurance companies. If you've ever been injured or are injured or have been just call them. They don't get paid until you win. Consultations are always free. So you need more than a lawyer. You deserve an advocate. Go to advocateslaw.com, okay?
Isaac Robb for Window Nation.
All right, nice to have you along. It is July 30, 2025. It is time now for In the News. I'm your noted and humble newsman. Thank you. Hello. Please be seated. Thank you. It is brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is World Snorkeling Day.
Oh, I like a good snorkel.
Always fun.
Yeah. Only on vacation. I've never snorkeled in my day-to-day life.
Well, I don't know that there's a lot of snorkeling in the Vancouver, Southwest Washington area, is there?
I've never snorkeled in the Pacific Northwest. I've never snorkeled.
Where would you snorkel?
That's the point.
There
like
has
you
to
can't
be...
really even see.
Yeah, where would you go?
You go into the Columbia, you can't see 3 feet in front of you.
I had a buddy who scuba dived in the Puget Sound once.
There you go. I'm sure
Scuba diving is a little different than snorkeling.
Very much so.
I'm going to look up Oregon snorkeling. Is there... Can you snorkel like Crater Lake?
You could be Oregon's top snorkeler.
Is there anything in Crater Lake? Is that a dumb question? Don't answer that.
Water.
Says Oregon's coastline is not known for the same type of snorkeling as tropical destinations, but it does offer unique opportunities, particularly in the central and southern regions. Clear lakes and the Cascade Mountains also provide distinctive experiences with its underwater forest. So,
okay.
You can snorkel.
No, but seriously, is there anything in Crater Lake?
I think there's everything in every lake.
Everything?
Well, like, you think there's a lake that doesn't have anything in it?
Well, maybe I should rephrase it. Like, what's in Crater Lake?
While it was naturally fishless, non-native fish like rainbow trout and kokanee salmon were introduced there and now thrive.
Yeah,
see, it was fishless, though.
You can also see the mazama newt, various phytoplankton, and zooplankton.
They've been stocking that thing since 1888, it says.
I love plankton, dude. Big
crayfish
plankton guy.
Crayfish, too.
Give me them shrimps. I don't know, like... I just assume if there's a body of water, there's things in it.
No, I know. That's why I rephrase it. What is in it?
We just told you.
Yeah.
I know, but you give me crap, and I don't feel like I deserve it.
I feel like you deserve it a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Is there anything in Crater Lake?
It is also National Cheesecake Day, a fine dessert. As a matter of fact, perhaps one of the finest.
Maybe the best dessert.
Maybe
It's
the
just,
best.
You know what? It's simple. It works. It may not be the fanciest of desserts, but you can never go wrong with
By
a slice
itself,
of
a good
cheese.
cheesecake is great, but you can also dress it up and do all kinds of fun things with it. Fruit, chocolate, peanut butter.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how my wife found this, but she sent this to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I have no interest, but you guys might. Maybe she saw it on the gram. Adidas Golf has tossed out a casting call. Okay?
Okay.
And they need golfers for a photo and video shoot for Adidas. They're looking for golfers, people 18 plus with intermediate or above skill level in golf.
Okay.
Models, people 18 plus, comfortable on camera, no golf or modeling experience required. No professional acting or modeling experience is needed to apply. You should feel comfortable on camera and be good at taking direction.
Talk to me, Goose.
And now get this, if hired, golfers will make $2,500 per day for 1 to 3 days of work.
Nice.
Models will make $3,400 per day or $1,700 for half days.
Well, I'm pretty certain that I'm not making the modeling section of this. Do you really think Adidas, so TaylorMade...
What about plus size?
Do they want this to be the face of Adidas Golf?
Well, you won't... I mean, you don't know.
Maybe you're here to give Adidas Golf an insurrectionist edge.
Are you trying to... If we're trying to promote the...
You think conservatives don't golf?
Yeah. If you want the January 6th Make Golf Great Again, let's go, Adidas. Sign me up.
Plus $250 to attend a wardrobe fitting on a separate date if you are requested.
Are we going to have double XLs here? Because, I don't like when I show up at the Adidas employee store and they hit me with a lot of larges and XLs.
Here's the thing about this. Okay, so the shoot dates are September 8th through 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the fitting date is TBD.
Okay.
The shooting location is Portland. It's a non-union thing. And you have until tonight at 11. Priority deadline to apply tonight at 11. Submissions accepted through August 3rd. And you can go to WeebleMountain.com.
Weeble Mountain?
That's the agency.
Oh, okay. Now, is there nudity involved in this? Because I'm quite comfortable if we're doing that. Tasteful nudes?
You have to be 18 or over. You have to live in Oregon or Washington and be legally eligible to work in the United States. If you have a talent agency, it is mandatory to list your agency on your application.
I mean, I really think
people of all identities.
I think I'm perfect, and I identify as lots of things. I think I'm perfect for this.
Well, you should apply. I mean, that's good money until you realize that pay includes your hours worked and the use of your image by the advertiser as outlined in the usage terms below. In other words, if this thing blows up and goes viral, you ain't getting a dime over $2,500 per day.
Yeah, but it's $2,500 more than you had if you didn't go at all.
That's fair.
I'm looking here though.
But isn't that? Don't they kind of get you with that? It's like, oh,
that if you're a star, you can't see more of it. I don't know.
No, I just mean like they float it out there as like, oh, that's really great pay. But the flip side of that is if it becomes a thing and your likeness is in it,
yeah,
they've already got you signed off.
Sure.
Like, in other words, I don't know. It just seems like a way to go on the cheap and kind of screw people over.
This thing isn't blowing up, for God's sakes.
How do you know?
By the way, this is what you have to do. You got to send a headshot. Color photo, no filters, no hats, no sunglasses. We need a video, waist up, 1 to 2 minutes. Look directly at the camera.
1 to 2 minutes of just looking at the camera?
It says, introduce yourself and answer the following questions. How long have you been playing golf? Do you have any experience playing pro, semi-pro? If not, what other events have you participated in recently? Please tell us about some of your recent accomplishments. I'm excited. My name is Jason Sakanik. You might remember me from such holes as Royal Oaks triple bogey #1 from today.
And bunker nap.
Yes. Yes, you might remember me from the shirtless bunker nap at the 4th annual golf classic out at Langdon Farms. It's become the stuff of legend. Video 2, we need a golf swing. Video showing your golf swing. The camera should show your full body from the front.
This seems like a lot.
Please record the video outdoors at a driving range if possible.
See, I think Isaac should do this.
And really hit a ball.
Well, I got to work.
It says you can use existing video as long as we can see your form clearly.
You don't have time to take a couple swings in front of your phone?
No, I do, but if I get hired, I got to do the show.
Does it say when the shoots are? Maybe it's on the weekend.
The 8th through the 11th of September, Monday through Thursday.
Well, Dusty will understand.
Dude, I'm going to do this, and
I don't think he will.
I'm doing everything in some hot shorts.
Now that we're on FM, you can be the face of Adidas Golf, too. Yeah. I mean, this would be big for our branding.
I'm more of a Nike guy.
I know you are. But it's money and getting your face out there.
You can just do the modeling photos if you want.
I don't like the pay. Listen, if they hired me, I would have. They would need to.
I don't like the pay.
No, they got to negotiate something better than $2,500 a day.
You were just saying what a great deal that was, just not for you.
That's right. I'm a star. You know.
I'm just telling you, that's how you submit to be a golfer.
Coming up next, one of us is dining at a top 3 restaurant in Portland tonight.
Oh, are you going to Jerry's too?
Portland's top 40 restaurants are out as Oregon Live. That guy Michael Russell, I think is his name, ranks them every year.
I don't think any of my haunts are making the list.
And he's got his new list. What is #1 in 2025? We'll get to that next on The Fan.
This is the Fan's window into sports, a view into today's top stories, brought to you by Window Nation, online at windownation.com.
Honestly, it's to win. I feel like that's always been the ultimate goal ever since we started playing basketball, is to win. And whatever that may look like, obviously taking small wins is great, but winning is what we do, is what we play this game for. So if it's getting to the playoffs, if it's winning the championship, I feel like winning is the purpose and the reason why I'm here.
That's Drew Holiday.
Dude, it was the most.
Was that a weird timing for a press conference?
Well, there was no GM, there was no coach. They didn't hold up a jersey. His kid was on his lap the other time, and I think he took a Xanax. Did you listen to any of it?
No, I didn't even know it happened.
I think he always sounds like that.
We should talk about it. I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird.
Nobody knew it was happening.
Yeah. Danny knew it was happening. I think he went to it.
Window into Sports brought to you by Window Nation. 50% off all window styles. 0 interest for 5 years. Free estimates at 866-90Nation or windownation.com.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. So the Mariners made a move. I don't know if it's the move that's going to put them over the top.
Hi, this is in the news for July 30, 2025. Deal is in on the text line, says, having an open casting call is basically just the easiest way to get talent for cheap. Anyway, Patrick Harris is doing great. That's fantastic.
I want to be more of the face of, like, what's like a downtrodden, like what's a golf brand like Wilson? Does Wilson Golf need a... I want to be the face of Wilson Golf. Adidas is not my... I'm going to pass. It's
Wilson golf balls. You see those out on the... you find those in the scraggly woods every now and then.
That's why I need something like, like, what else is like Wilson or like a...
Top flight hiring?
Yeah, Pinnacle, if you will.
Ooh, there you go.
Go with that.
Maybe a noodle.
I need to be the face of an alternative golf brand. Adidas, it's too highbrow for me.
Oregon Live has put out its top 40 restaurants in Portland for 2025. They do this every year. Same guy, Michael Russell, I think is his name. They say he judges based mostly off of taste of food.
I would certainly. Shocker.
Are you?
You go to a
Does it
restaurant
say that?
and we judge on taste.
Well, no, it says Russell made his picks primarily based on the quality of the food while taking into account service, drinks, and atmosphere as well.
Okay, but if the food sucks, it's not going on the list.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what makes this guy's taste buds so kick-ass, but apparently he's the guy, okay?
Yeah.
So this year, there is a new number one. I don't know what was number one last year, but they say this is new number one. I'm going to give you the top 5, okay, in the interest of time.
I'm scrolling through right now to see how many.
Number 5 is Kachka, the Soviet.
Let me tell you.
Restaurant. Have you been there?
I have.
I haven't been there yet.
I have been there.
Buck,
you going overrated on this?
I think I'm going right where Snuka's going. It's really good and it's really unique, but is it the 5th best restaurant in Portland? Probably not.
Like Russian food, obviously, it's you got to be in a certain mood. It's a certain wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I went once because my gal loves trying all the the places that have high, like, oh, you got to go here. We haven't been back, and she's a big foodie in the fact that she hasn't gone back. We went and had to try a different Russian restaurant. So even me, a little biased because Russian food isn't my favorite, that is not the 5th best restaurant in Portland.
I think for what it does, they're very good, but it's a tough needle to thread.
Number 4, Nodoguro.
That is delightful.
I've not
Never
heard of
been
that
there.
one, but I really want to go now.
Yes.
After reading about it in the break.
Sushi?
Yeah, that was
Is that right?
We went there. Yeah, I want to say we either went for like an anniversary or just like a birthday or whatever. And that was another one of those places that the missus really wanted to go to, and that is as good a sushi as you will have. Period.
Okay.
End of story. Phenomenal.
Number 3 is I never know how to.
Upset that I've been to 2 of the top 5.
A little bit. I think you've been to another one too, but number 3 is I never know how to pronounce this. Is it coquine?
Coquine is how you pronounce it.
Yeah, coquine is number 3.
Haven't been to that one.
It's a staple.
Is it in any of the prominent restaurant groups? Do we know? Like
I don't know.
You know how you have like like one of the other ones you're going to mention that you're going to tonight. They have a couple of restaurants under the same umbrella.
They say to get the onion bread, an exquisitely cooked vegetable or 2, beautifully presented fish or braised meat, pavlova, or some other meringue-based dessert. Okay. Number 2 is Long Bon.
Oh my God!
So you've been to that one too?
I've been to that one too.
So you've been to 4 of the top 5.
Oh, okay.
Because I think you've been to number 1.
I have not seen number 1, and
so Long Bon, I'm eating there for the first time tonight.
You are going to freaking love it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Went for my birthday a couple weeks ago, or a couple years ago, sensational.
It is a Thai restaurant, and it is freaking incredible.
All right.
You will not be disappointed in that.
Did you know that it was named America's Most Outstanding Restaurant at the 2024 James Beard Awards?
I didn't know it was that, but they have it up when you walk in. They have a bunch of awards that are like.
I thought you told us that in the news a year ago.
They are.
Oh, I probably did. I just didn't remember.
Yes.
Long Bon is number 2, and number 1 is Khan. Yeah. And I think you've been there.
I've been there as well.
That's the Haitian restaurant.
Yes.
And
that does not disappoint either.
I've only been there the one time, and it looks like they rotate their menu quarterly, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So I've been to, after tonight, I will have been to only 2 of the top 5.
Well, I will.
And you like Ox. Ox is number 6.
Ox is incredible. I think Ox and Ringside to me flip. And by the way, Ringside's opening again in August after the fire.
Not on the list, though.
Ringside didn't make it, huh?
No.
In my opinion, if I have to go to a place to eat in Portland for a nice night out, I am picking Ringside or Ox. Those are my 2 favorite places.
They do have a Pizza Shoals as number 10.
Very good.
Never been. Would like to go.
I have not been to that either.
You ever been to a Pizza Shoals?
That's not true. I think I have. That was the one where I...
You can get the pies to go.
Is that in... where is that? Yeah, 47th and Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have been there. Sorry.
The high-end...
It was good, but...
High-end pizza. 9 Olympia Provisions. I've been there, and let me tell you, that's another one. It's fine. I've been there for brunch.
Not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
9th best?
I mean, it's really good.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite.
9th best?
Well, you can check out the list on Oregon Live.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I feel pretty hoity-toity with 4 of the top 5.
The BTJ is finally getting some culture into you.
Yeah.
A man who goes to freaking Chili's in Mexico City. For God's sakes. One of the best food cities in the world, and he goes to Chili's.
And it was delightful, we've been told.
He loved it. And he loved it. That's the best. The best part is he loved it.
Yeah, he doubles down on it being a great decision.
It's like, oh my God, yeah, what a great...
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. Drunk 1:30 in the morning and you find a Chili's that's open, you're telling me you're not wandering in? You are.
I mean, Southwest Egg Rolls hit the spot internationally, too. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that is in the news for July 30, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Keep the Blazers in Portland.
Well, we certainly hope so.
Yeah, I'm not sure we needed this, but we got it.
Okay.
And that's next on 105.1 The Fan.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit
right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Wednesday. Isaac and Suk sounds very serious.
Yeah, it is not.
But why does he even say that? Does it sound serious?
I don't know. Yeah, if I was going to the law firm of Isaac and Suk, that's you don't want to do that.
No.
It's like
It
hiring.
doesn't sound very serious, really.
No, it's like hiring someone off a Yelp review. You don't want to do that. That's not good. Don't do that.
Well, I'm Isaac. Big Suk right over there.
Right here.
Look at him.
In a very
Ryan Buckley as
non-serious program. I don't know.
So coming up here, we have AR-15 talk. Where do you get your AR-15s?
Well, which one? Because I have 5 or 6. Because one may not get the job done.
You have multiple AR-15 suppliers.
Well, yeah. I mean, I gotta spread it around because often as I'm using my AR-15, it's like golf clubs, right? It's a different AR for each job.
Well, listen, when the government comes to take your homestead, you got to protect it. So
exactly. I like to keep them around the house. I like to keep one at the front entrance, one at the rear, one upstairs, because I never know when S is going to pop off at my house, and I need an AR right away. I mean, duh.
Also, why Gilbert Arenas got arrested yet again coming up.
I know. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have enough money.
He's a goober.
I just watched that Untold Shooting Guard story between about him and Jafaris Crittenden and that whole suspension with the guns in the locker room. Dude, that guy, I didn't realize what a wild cat that guy is.
Yeah.
Also, Happy Gilmore 2 is smashing records. By the way, Shohei Ohtani is leaving.
Was he injured or was he just being taken out?
He's leaving with the trainer.
Okay.
They brought the trainer out.
I saw him walking out because there was a man on first and third, so I don't know if he was just ejected or if he was injured.
No, he was pitching, and they brought out, a whole team of people has to come out to the mound.
Yes.
When it's Ohtani, because you have Roberts, but then you have the interpreter, and then you have the trainer.
Yeah.
So they all went out there,
So
and
something has happened.
He has left the game with the trainer.
That's no good.
In the 4th inning against the Reds. Anyway, let's take a look what we have in the club notes tonight. I've got a lot of. We're gonna hit some. We're gonna hit some music news.
Okay,
Jace.
I like a nice tune.
I've got a decent long shot death pool bet. We've been talking a lot about the death pool recently.
Yeah, well, because we've had more than a few celebrity deaths recently.
We've also got one band. Rumor has it, who is inking a Sphere residency. And you, in particular, may like that.
It's possible.
That is the club. We call it the club. It is 6 to 7. Here, though, you mentioned the Drew Holiday press conference.
Yes.
Okay, several questions. Why did they have a Drew Holiday press conference? And don't they normally have press conferences right after they get a player?
Yeah.
To introduce them?
Usually.
This came out of nowhere, and I didn't get an email about it. I usually get all the Blazer emails.
Well, it's weird because a couple weeks ago when the deal was made, they put stuff out on social media of like Drew Holiday and his family showing up at the facility and him dapping up Chauncey. So it's like, it's not his first introduction to the organization. So I don't know if they felt like they needed a separate media availability or what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And so Danny, I found out about it because Danny was going to it, and I'm like, of course you are. So I think it was like middle of the day, but I saw like the little clip of it, and he didn't hold up a jersey. Normally you're like, oh, here's my jersey. He didn't hold up a jersey. Cronin wasn't there. Chauncey wasn't there, and then he had his kid on his lap, and it wasn't like there was like a bunch of people there. It was just low key odd. And then they were asking him questions, and I guess he's a pretty reserved guy in the first place. Like, to be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of Drew Holiday press conferences.
Super low key.
So he's pretty low key, but it just was weird. Like, they kept asking him about like being a mentor, and I'm not going to say that he said leave me alone, but I got the sense that he's not, like, he talked more about playing with Damian Lillard than
I'm here to play ball, not babysit kids.
Yeah, and then he talked about, like, when they asked him about, like, Scoot and Shane, he's like, well, I know from playing against him, they both play hard all the time. And I'm like, well, Shane Sharp got benched last year for not playing hard.
So you either haven't watched him or you're lying through your teeth.
Yeah, and then they asked him, goals, and he was like, I don't know, I think the goal is always to win. He's like, whatever form that takes. It's weird.
He doesn't want to be here.
He doesn't want to be here, but I got the set. He's a pro. He's always going to be a pro. But, dude, this is not where he wants to be. He thanked the organization for sending him to Boston in the first place, the first time around when we got traded here. I got the sense that is Drew Holiday is not buying a house in Portland. That's was bizarre.
Well, maybe they just got a bunch of requests to talk to him, and he was like, I don't want to do all these interviews. Let's just do one and get it out of the way. Maybe that's what happened. And no, I don't want any audio. Do you want audio of Drew Holiday?
Well, I already listened. I mean,
well,
we did
it's
the
not
one
about
report.
you,
I didn't know if
Sukanik.
you wanted any more.
I mean, you asked me if I wanted it.
The listeners. Do you think it's good to give to the listeners?
If you can get
The
a taste,
answer
you can
is-
see he's low key and is just.
I mean, I don't want it, but do you think the listener? I don't even know if the listeners want it.
Sure. Then we don't have to play it. I just assumed that there would have been more of a, I don't know, just like I said, hold the jersey and like none of the staff could be bothered.
All right, give me a clip. One clip.
All right, let's see. We did goals with the Blazers. How about his fit at point guard?
I think I play every position. I think I've proven that and shown that throughout my career. I think for me, I'm a complete basketball player, so you can't just put just one position on me. And even the way the game is changing now, there's so many guys who may have never played point guard, and you come into the league and they're playing point guard now. So I feel like I'm good. I'm a good fit with anyone. And again, Dame's game is so easy to play with. He opens up the floor because of his scoring ability and his shooting ability, and he gets you open shots because of his driving ability. So
All right.
I feel like what's not to want to play with.
So I'm saying, like, Dame's not playing here.
And by the way, what's he going to play center? He plays every position? No, you don't.
Well, I guess because you shoot threes and you often defend the other team's best player, you're maybe also like a two guard.
Well, look, I instantly regret playing that for the listeners. I don't think we gave him much there. But in bigger Blazer news, we have a Keep the Blazers in Portland movement. But I'm not sure we needed it.
Are we raising funds again? Because who was it? Yeah, we were raising
BuyTheBlazers.com.
We were raising funds to buy a baseball team or a percentage of it. Are we raising funds now to
No,
build
I just
a
don't.
new?
I don't know. I feel like this is not needed, but it happened, and we will get to it next on the Fan. Hey, it's Isaac sticking around for Window Nation. Only a couple days left. Let's see, we got today and tomorrow. That is it. If you want to get 50% off all window styles for your home and pay no interest for 5 years. So you won't have to pay interest until 2030, but it is only the July offer at Window Nation. From what I've gathered so far working with Window Nation for over a year, this is the best deal that they have offered yet. If you need windows for your home, your business, you're going to save money every month on heating and cooling all year long, but you're also going to save big right up front because it's 50% off all window styles. Your new windows, they can be installed in a day or less. Their customer satisfaction ratings are through the roof. They all come with a lifetime warranty, and they have over 45,000 five-star reviews. There is no reason not to go with Window Nation right now for your new windows if you need them. So with flexible financing, they're a team rooted right here in the Northwest. You will be able to remodel consciously and comfortably with Window Nation. Book your free eco quote today at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION or windownation.com. Tell them you heard it from Isachi here on The Fan. Contractor code OR249065. Isachi.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and now Window Nation brings you the Window into the Fan on-demand YouTube video shorts with your favorite fan shows and hosts. The Window into the Fan is brought to you by Window Nation. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to schedule your free in-home estimate. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan every day on YouTube with The Fan.
Peekaboo!
Sports Network.
Now, here's a quick look at Portland traffic.
Still a very difficult drive right now on I-5 northbound, but it's getting better, actually. I see it lightening up as you begin to approach the Interstate Bridge. Southbound, looking okay. That's traffic. I'm Rebecca.
This Game Day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled
Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Yeah, they're saying Ohtani had thrown, right before he left with the trainer, he had thrown 6 straight balls and 2 wild pitches.
So when he came out, it did not look like something. He looked like maybe he was limping a little bit. They didn't look at his arm or anything because people were like, oh, great. But it did look like maybe he had a little hitch in his giddy up.
Yeah, and they haven't said what.
Some sort of a flexor strain,
what
perhaps.
happened. But, yeah, not good if you're a Dodger, bro.
No. But people, like, of course, now internet just trashing him. Oh, Ohtani sucks, and he'd give it up one.
Sucks.
He'd give it up 1 run
Because he's hurt.
I know people.
What?
I think people. There's a backlash anytime you're really good and like you're like the love and praise. The backlash is gonna come.
Yeah, listen, Mike in Phoenix, you suck. Shohei doesn't suck.
Exactly.
So this is weird. Anytime you get. So the Blazers are for sale, of course, and the arena situation is a little weird here because it sucks. But anytime you get deals like this, there are going to be negotiations, and there's going to be posturing and maneuvering and deals, and
Well, it's not good when the commissioner comes out and says that they need a new arena, and we know that arenas don't tend to get built here in Portland, and
so we know that there's. There are business dealings and posturing and maneuvering and things that happen. It happens everywhere. It just is what it is. But did we need our mayor and governor to come out and send a letter to the NBA commissioner? Did we need that at this stage of the game?
Probably not. But at the same time, I do appreciate the fact that the mayor and the governor, a lot of times one of the reasons we can't get anything done here is because political leadership is worthless when it comes to most things, especially sports, even though they don't really have a say in this.
You don't think they're going to be worthless in this endeavor too?
Yeah,
like this is classic Portland. We're going to send a letter and nothing will happen.
Yeah.
We're going to form a committee to look into this and nothing will happen.
I will tell you this, if there's one thing that could get politics to maybe get put aside for a brief moment and do something for the greater good, I think the Blazers would be that thing. But the problem is it would still need to be put to a vote, and you're just not getting a publicly built stadium. You may get some money like they're doing with the baseball. You may be able to get $800 million, $1 billion based on the jock tax and stuff like that. You just are not going to get the city of Portland to pay for a stadium. The people won't vote for it.
So in a letter to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, Governor Tina Kotek and Portland Mayor Keith Wilson made it clear they want to see the Trailblazers stay in the city and the Moda Center renovated.
Thanks, Tips. What a shocking.
That's what I mean.
What a bold stance.
Well, one, it's really hollow, and two, it's like
It's actually pretty neat.
I think it kind of scares people.
Yeah.
Right.
Why do you need this?
You are the one sending the message that the Blazers now that you're worried that the Blazers will lose.
It has the opposite effect. By you talking about it, you're telling us there's something to be worried about.
I just don't know if this stage of the game, this is the letter needed to happen right now. Like there comes a time when you probably need to play this card,
but not now.
It's not now. No. So Kotek and Wilson wrote in the letter, the Portland Trailblazers are more than a part of our history. They are a part of our future. The letter marks the first significant public lobbying from two of Oregon's most prominent politicians on the fate of the Blazers and the publicly owned arena that they call home.
Yeah. And by the way, it's not all public. That's the problem, is that the thing's a mess. It's not as simple as saying that it's publicly owned.
Well, the city owns it.
There's a partnership there, though.
Along with the governor and city's top elected officials, a group of well-known local business executives and former Blazer players and other city power players created a new group called Rip City Forever, which also wrote a letter to the governor's office this week stressing a sense of urgency. Now, again, they sent a letter to the governor, not the commissioner.
Yes.
That should tell you something, too. You know. Like the governor's like, hey, commissioner.
Hey.
Well, no, it's not on the commissioner. It's on you, idiot.
Look.
Leadership. So it says, quote, leadership begins with clear-eyed recognition that Portland and Oregon will need to compete with other cities who are likely already plotting to woo the next Blazers owner to their city.
Yeah.
This is the letter that was written to the governor from this Rip City group. Apparently it's got Clyde Drexler in it, Chris Dudley, the head of the Oregon Business Council, Duncan Wise, former state senator and gubernatorial candidate Betsy Johnson. You remember her and her big glasses?
Yes.
Sadie Lincoln, the founder and CEO of Bar 3, founder and CEO Kim Malik of Salt and Straw.
Well, someone's saying that they're giving off a clingy vibes to the commish. Please, please, please. But, I mean, I understand what you're trying to accomplish here. I really do. You're saying, hey, the whole community supports it. But you can say that, but at the end of the day, this is like when you raise awareness for something. Cool. Can you raise money? So we understand the Salt and Straw people want to support this. Clyde Drexler wants to support it. Big Glasses, Betty, wants to support it, right? The mayor wants to, all of this. Proof's in the pudding. Do you want to spend $2.5 billion to build a stadium? Do you want to give free land to someone and then give them basically $2 billion to build a stadium and then not get any of the revenue from that building? Because if it matters that much to you, other cities, and by other cities, I mean most cities, do build their billionaire owners stadiums. If you don't, you run the risk of them finding a community that will. I still don't think ultimately that the NBA would allow that to happen. I think a lot of this is posturing, but I do think it's a little disingenuous to sit here and say that there's all this support when you're not willing to put in money. Are you willing to split the cost at least? And that, until we're willing to say that, this will always hang over the Blazers' head, because without Paul Allen building Moda Center, we don't have the Blazers. They would have left. But he was rich enough that he built an arena. So the next guy that comes in, or gal or whoever, is not going to just sit there and say, we're going to play in Moda Center for the next 20 years. It's not going to happen. Within the next 5 to 10 years, someone's going to say, we need a new arena. Whether that's tearing this one down to the studs and rebuilding it, not a renovation, but an actual tear down, or I'm going to want a new stadium. And one of two things happens. Either, well, I guess three. You either get an owner that's so damn rich, Larry Ellison, that it doesn't matter. Steve Ballmer did it. He's like, okay, I'm going to buy the team and here's an arena. Or you get a public-private partnership where the city kicks in $1 billion and the owner kicks in $1 billion and he keeps all the profits. Or you get the city that pays for all of it. And if it's not one of those three, then the scary part becomes you have Vegas and Seattle sitting there, or another city, and that's just kind of the way this works.
So the letter from Rip City Forever calls on city and state leaders to consider significantly updating the Moda Center, reimagining the Rose Quarter, or thinking about an entirely new place for the arena. For example, replacing the Moda Center with a new arena at the Lloyd Center or another central city location could not only secure the Blazers' future in Portland, but would revitalize downtown and create even greater opportunities for the future of the Albina neighborhood and Albina Vision Trust, the largest restorative redevelopment effort ever undertaken in the United States.
It would be amazing. I think an arena at the Lloyd Center would be incredible. But again, if we put that to a city vote and we said it's not just going to be an arena, but we're going to rebuild downtown, right? We're making Jumptown, and it's going to go from the Rose Quarter to Lloyd Center, and this is going to be, like you said, it's going to be an 8-year project, and we're going to revamp the city, and this is going to be just the crown jewel of it. But it's going to cost $12 billion. Is it even a starter? Can you even begin to try to get people to vote for that?
I don't think so around here, but what Kotek did say, see, this is why I think it's just so hollow, because these people, a lot of those people that are in that Rip City Forever group, like, they get stuff done around here.
Yeah.
And they're calling upon local leadership.
Yeah.
This is why I think it's hollow, because local leadership then turns around and sends a letter to Adam Silver as if to sort of deflect and say, well, we love our Blazers.
Yeah.
That kind of just, you're kind of passing the buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it, but we're not. It's on you to save us.
Kotek gets this letter. It was like, oh, crap, I got to do something about this arena. Knows what you're saying. Knows that you're probably not going to get a lot of money to do it, right?
Yeah.
So she then sends a letter to Silver. It's like, hey, don't take the Blazers from it. Like come on. I just think that's really
it's all you have.
weak.
All you have at this point is probably posturing.
So Kotek and Mayor Wilson wrote in their letter that the Blazers are in our DNA and at the center of what makes this community so special. We fully support. So this is what Kotek and Wilson wrote.
Yeah.
They said, we fully support renovating the Moda Center to become a point of pride for the Blazers and for our city. We are prepared to explore the public-private partnerships needed to make that happen.
Well, then I hope that that's enough.
So that's pretty much all they gave us.
Yes. So again,
and a letter to Adam Silver, which I'm sure he crumpled it up and threw it away.
The baseball stadium through the House bill, right, was $800 million through various taxes, right? Right, isn't that what they earmarked for it? $800 million. It's start. You better be doing something right now for the basketball arena. You're going to need at least that, and hope that the private partnership, private public is enough. That's all you can hope. Which is why I said ultimately, even if the dude was a bit of an ass, Larry Ellison is not a great guy. I get it, and he's a bit of a cuckoo. He has so much damn money. That's all. If you bring in someone that just has absolute FU money, it kind of solves the problem. Which is why that's what my number one thing is. Just give me the group or the guy or the gal. Give me Bezos' ex-wife. Give me someone worth $40 billion that can drop $4 billion on a team and be like, what is it, $2 billion to build an arena? Cool, let's do it.
Yeah,
and then maybe the city takes care of some parking and some streets and stuff like that.
There is no way the Blazers. I don't think the NBA is yanking the Blazers out of Portland.
I don't think so.
That said, if you want an entity that what am I trying to say? I have no faith in the city or the leadership in Oregon.
Yeah.
None. Like zero.
Yeah.
So, in other words, like we've been saying for a long time, look, the NBA, calm down about the Blazers leaving Portland. Okay? From an NBA perspective. They already yanked the Sonics out of Seattle. They're not going Portland's a great market for the NBA. The NBA is not going to yank the Blazers out of Portland. Except if they are forced to.
Yeah.
And the only people that can force them to are the stupid the leaders of Portland and of the state.
Yeah.
That's it. So, and I got to tell you, this right here doesn't give me any faith.
Yeah.
It doesn't help at all. As a matter of fact, it's almost like somebody said on the text line, it's like a cover your ass letter for when the Blazers leave. That's what it feels like.
I hope not.
Like they can't get anything done.
I hope behind the scenes they understand that if they want to be, they should be proactive and start thinking about, if they have to, how do we raise enough money to make this attractive enough for an owner? Because I would like to point out that Seattle fought tooth and nail and wrote a lot of letters to try to get him to the Sonics to stay. Didn't work. The mayor of San Diego and the governor of California both were like, don't take the Chargers out of San Diego. Left. The mayor of Oakland. How long did that guy, or was it I think it was a gal actually, that beat the drum about the A's, and it didn't matter. St. Louis sued Stan Kroenke to try to keep him in St. Louis, and it didn't work. At the end of the day, if you won't pay for a stadium, you do run the risk of a guy being an ass and leaving for greener pastures. So if you really are concerned about this, then you better start coming up with creative ways right now, public-private ownership or partnership, and start finding ways to earmark funds, and a lot of them, to try to help the new owner get a renovated Moda Center, or more than likely a brand new building built.
You got faith in that? Because I sure as hell don't.
I still don't. I still think it's a long shot that they leave, but what scares me is you're right. I do not have a lot of faith for them. But you know, if you can raise $800 million supposedly for a baseball stadium, we can't find a way to 1.2, because the Inuit Dome down in in LA, that cost a little over $2 billion,
and it's a mecca.
It's a mecca, so maybe you can.
Well, to be fair, they didn't raise $800 million. It's a tax.
It's a tax,
but it's revenue that they're going to get.
Yeah. So, but if they can build the Mecca down there in LA, can we maybe shave that off and do like a 1.6, 1.7? And if you can earmark 800-900 million on something like that, that gets you.
Well, listen.
Get you like part of the way.
Like you said, if there's one thing that will get local leadership to actually act, it may be the threat of the Blazers really leaving.
Yeah.
If that doesn't get people to act here,
then nothing will.
Then nothing will.
Yeah.
Because nothing really does.
No.
So that would be that would be the real test.
Hope so. Or just get a guy that's really rich and it doesn't matter.
Phil Knight. Oh. Phil Knight. No. Because he's spearheading that albino
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the albino neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
I think he dumped a couple $100 million in it. I'm telling you, Bezos' ex, or Bezos himself. I don't care. Give me Elon Musk. I don't care. Just give me someone with FU money.
I just feel like if you're really working on something, you don't just send a hollow letter to the commit. You know what I mean?
And maybe they're working behind the scenes. Maybe give them some credit.
Well, then just work.
Yeah.
Stop sending stupid letters and scaring everyone. I hate Tina Kotek.
Yeah.
I can't stand her.
No toll, Tina.
Why the hell did you guys vote her in? What is the matter with you?
Avoid the tolls, man.
All right. Where do you get your AR-15s? Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan, the Mariners remaining active ahead of the MLB trade deadline. ESPN's Jeff Passan reporting this afternoon Seattle has acquired lefty reliever Caleb Ferguson from the Pirates. Ferguson had a 3.74 ERA and has allowed just one home run in 45 appearances this season. The M's are playing again tonight. They're taking on the Athletics in Sacramento. All-star Brian Wu gets the start for Seattle. Jeffrey Springs toes the rubber for the A's. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. You can see it over on the MLB Network. Other pre-trade deadline action around the majors. The Mets have acquired right-handed reliever Tyler Rogers from the Giants. The Reds trade for Pirates third baseman and Gold Glover Ke'Bryan Hayes in exchange for reliever Taylor Rogers. Aaron Judge being on the shelf for the Yankees means the Pinstripes have acquired Austin Slater from the Chicago Cubs, and the Blue Jays bolster their bullpen, trading for righty reliever Sir Anthony Rodriguez from Baltimore. Meanwhile, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested on 3 gambling charges. The federal indictment says the former sharpshooter was hosting illegal high-stakes poker games at his mansion. Must be nice. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's time for Who's Leading the Charge, a look under the hood at the coaches, players, and teams getting it done. Brought to you by Battery Exchange.
Drive out to right field. This one way back, and that ball is gone by Masataka Yoshida.
Red Sox 13. Twinkies 1.
They put Roger Clemens' kid into pitch. The Twins did in the blowout. Only problem is he plays second base, so he gave up that dinger there.
I didn't know Clemens' kid played for the
Cody
the Twinkies.
Yeah, he came up as kind of a hot prospect, and he kind of sucks.
Well, don't put him on the mound, I guess.
Why? He's Roger Clemens' kid. Who else would you put out there?
He's giving up moonshots.
Who's Leading the Charge? Brought to you by Battery Exchange. Reliable, affordable batteries for cars, boats, RVs, golf carts, and more. Online at batteryexchange.com. Powered by Continental Battery Systems. Mention code BXT10 for 10% off.
Aloha, Portland sports fans. It's Marcus from the 808.
tape, man.
Someone had a great idea. Just let's draw a big penis on Moda Center, and then it'll get replaced.
Yeah, then they'll replace
That's
it.
brilliant.
Yeah. Just big penis right on top of it, and then the city will be like, all right, no choice.
And don't do it again.
I love your peanuts, man.
Every time you take it down, we're just going to keep drawing more penises until you replace it.
Boy, that is brilliant.
I'm Jason Sakanik. My penis is very, very important. But how awesome would it be if this city, like when the Salt Lake got the Olympics, they called it the Big Dig. Boston, I think, also called theirs the Big Dig, and it was like a 8-year, run up thing, and they redid all the freeways and they built a bunch of new venues for it, and they redid Rice Eccles Stadium for opening ceremony, and and it was gnarly for a while. But God, when that thing was done, if you've ever been down to Salt Lake recently, it was an amazing project. And imagine doing something like that, Lloyd Center, and you put a new arena right there in the heart of the city, and then all of that neighborhood. And Phil Knight contributes to it, the city contributes to it, the new owner contributes to it, and you dump $5-6 billion into that thing, and we get new mass transit down there. You expand that freeway entrance right there to help people get on and off, and you have a brand new entertainment district in the heart of the city that runs from the Rose Quarter and the waterfront all the way to Lloyd Center, and you could still have the Coliseum there for concerts. Maybe, again, tear down Moda Center and do something with it there, get some restaurants or whatever, and make that an entertainment district. God, how awesome would that be if we just had just an inch of foresight into expanding it and modernizing the city a little bit.
Yes, but what about the birds?
Yeah, the birds. Are there a lot of birds along that stretch? What animals are we hurting there? What is the best thing from the Coliseum to Lloyd Center? What?
Coliseum to Lloyd Center, best thing?
Anything. When's the last time anyone was like, I need to go to someplace there?
I'm trying to think of what's...
You concerned about the Denny's right there or the Red Robin? Because you could have... There is a Denny's, isn't there? There is a Denny's. There's a Denny's and a Red Robin. But you could have the convention center right there. You could have the Coliseum, all that new development.
Didn't they build a new hotel right there across from the convention center?
Yeah, I think they did.
I haven't been in there, but is it nice? Maybe that.
I think it might be is that the Hilton? I think they may have built a Hilton.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's they used to be over there. I got a dog there. Remember Ned? Mm-hmm. Captain Ned?
I remember Ned.
Big old Ned.
Yeah.
We adopted him from the Pixie Project, which is right over there. They were great.
Okay.
So
but so we can't do an entertainment district.
There's a Starbucks drive-through.
God forbid. So probably an Asian massage parlor there that someone in the city council was like, whoa, we can't. It's an important landmark. Although I saw a thing recently. The Lloyd Center, apparently it's become like a hipster art place now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the mall, you mean?
Yeah. The mall's still open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
I haven't been there, but
I guess the rent is so cheap now, right? That a bunch of artsy stuff is moving in, and now it's become like a hip place where the youngs are like hanging out. And
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, that's good. I don't know. It's better than shootings.
That's true. But
until there's a shooting. Is it cheaper to rent a space at Lloyd Center than Saturday Market?
Probably.
Are you serious?
I saw a thing, someone on one of the news channels was doing it, one of their online things, and they were doing it might have been the Willamette Week. And they were talking to people, and they're it's so cheap and abundant now that a lot of these kind of weird pop-up places and they got people are roller skating through it now, and it's become a hipster thing. They said it's like Lloyd Center 2.0.
So very Portland.
Yes.
It's like a scene from Portlandia.
Yeah. They're hey, can we build a first-class arena there? And people are like, well, I don't know. Because the vegan lesbian bookstore that's now taken up, and roller skating that's taken foothold in what used to be the Ross Dress for Less at Lloyd Center. We can't disturb those people.
It's actually pretty neat.
I think our new strategy around here seems to be, let's just let stuff go to crap, close down, and then see what happens.
Yeah, it does seem to be.
That's really
it's a bold
what it
strategy,
is.
Cotton.
Yeah, it's Let's just see what happens. You know what we're going to do? We're not going to put a fence around it.
Nothing.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it becomes like this.
Will this figure itself
hippy-dippy
out?
art.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but surely something will come of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's when I will say that little the expose, it kind of made me want to go check out the Lloyd Center just to be I couldn't really believe what I was seeing, but I thought the Lloyd Center was just a place where I could score meth, but apparently now I can get a quality pretzel, do some roller skating, and buy some handmade card.
They still have a food court up there?
I don't know. Not that I saw. It was more hippy dippy than that. But I think you can still ice skate.
Cool. Yet another thing I won't do.
Yeah, their site says now reimagining community, and it's a bunch of young people looking like very, very hip. Because now we we talk about all the cool things. Like this is the face of the Lloyd Center now. Reimagining
Whoa.
community. Yeah, it's
some tatted up.
Yeah, with
artist.
It's an artist. It's
with funky glasses.
It's now an artist community and an Auntie Anne's pretzel.
Look, it could be worse. Okay, you ever been to Delta Park lately?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna pass on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like it could be worse.
There's a place called Brickalicious,
but not much worse. All right, where do you get your AR-15s? We've got perp news next on the Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Well, the start of football training camp also means it is awards watch list season. 2 Oregon linebackers on the Butkus Award watch list, that being Bryce Betcher, no surprise there, but also Devin Jackson, the redshirt sophomore.
Did you hear what Bryce Betcher called Dan Lanning?
No.
Danny Boy?
He called him meathead nerd.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to present this to you tomorrow.
Yeah, what's that all about?
You didn't see his quotes about?
No.
He was talking about Lanning, and he described him as a meathead nerd.
Okay.
And he means it. He loves Lanning.
Endearingly.
He's
yeah.
just but
I'm
I
not
have
gonna-
that in my notes to ask Lanning about.
I'm not going to agree with him, but I can
see it.
Anyway, there you go. Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
If you're considering new construction and want it done right and fast by a team that's focused on innovation, collaboration, and creativity, you want Mods PDX.
First audible of the day.
Red panties, red panties. I'm trying to find out how much it costs to rent a place at the Lloyd Center.
Yeah.
Red panties.
Well, somebody asked, could you rent a space at Lloyd Center and it's cheaper than your apartment?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Now, there is no...
So you just set up shop?
None of the old, what do they call them? The anchor stores. None of those are around anymore. Those are all boarded up.
Right. So it's all the smaller.
It's all the smaller places. But if you look at some of the types of business that are moved in there, it cannot be expensive because there is some really, really small indie sort of shops. And I'm reading through a Reddit thread here of people that, and no one's saying how much it is, but they're saying it's, someone on here said that they owned a food cart, and they said it was cheaper to set up a brick and mortar place in Lloyd Center, bigger space, said it was very nice.
But no one's ever in there.
Apparently it's a thing now. People are coming back, but
so now rents are going to go up.
So this person said it was cheaper to rent a spot in Lloyd Center than it was to rent their food cart. And I don't know how much it costs to rent a food cart space, but
okay.
That's I'm trying to get, because when I looked at Lloyd Center, they're going to make me email them and to get me Do
you think Odyssey will move our studios over to Lloyd Center now?
Dude, let's go.
Because it's so cheap.
Hey, it's right next to
an Odyssey
right
station.
Next to the pretzel stand. I love a mall pretzel.
Yeah, underrated.
So the audible is we're going to have to get to Perp News tomorrow. We'll talk about Gilbert Arenas and the AR-15 guy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to read you Bryce Betcher's quotes about Dan Lanning.
Okay. Bryce Betcher, if you don't know, the two-way star baseball player, football player. He's done with baseball, but he lobbied for an extra year of football, and they said yes.
Yeah, got drafted in the 12th round by the Astros, but still wanted to come back to play some pigskin.
Yeah.
So Bree Amaranthus is back covering the Ducks.
Oh, she's back, huh?
Remember her?
Yeah.
Is she? I don't know if she's back here. I think she is covering them digitally, but I don't know if she's...
No, I think she's in Dallas.
Here. I think that's right.
Yeah, she was married to the guy that caught the Aaron Judge record ball.
Yeah.
In Texas, yeah.
She still is married to him.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't want to make any sort of assumptions.
She's writing about the Ducks on Sports Illustrated, or for Sports Illustrated, and she followed up. So Betcher called Dan Lanning psychotic last year.
Okay.
And so she saw him again recently at Media Day and said, "Hey, how do you feel about Dan Lanning now? Is he still how do you feel about him this year?"
He does seem very intense.
And he says, quote, "I feel the same way. He's the perfect amount of psycho. He's like an intense nerd. He's very cerebral and intelligent with the game of football, which you need to be, but he's also kind of a meathead at times, and he's also kind of a meathead at times when he needs to be."
So he's a meathead nerd. I mean...
So he said, that's a new one, and I've kind of come up with it, intense nerd or meathead nerd. Last year, after I got drafted by the Astros, we had our first fall camp in pads. It's been a recurring issue where I hit someone too hard in practice and he sends me around the goalpost. You want to take care of your teammates, and sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and I like contact too much. Anyways, first fall camp practice, I hit one of the running backs. I laid him out. So Lanning sends me around the goalpost and he's over the mic and he told me to go back to Houston.
He's on the mic shouting at him? All
Yeah,
right.
go back to Houston, which I think there's the meathead part.
Well, yeah. And he, go back to Houston. I can appreciate that. I like the idea of getting on the mic and shouting at someone.
And I don't know how unique it is, but it does feel like head coaches typically are cut from like one of two cloths, in that you're either the kind of motivator meathead guy, a la a Mario Cristobal, like run through a brick wall type, or you're more of the tactician X's and O's guy like a Chip Kelly. And those coaches that kind of sit on both sides of the fence maybe seem a little bit rare, and it seems like Lanning is that guy.
Yeah, meathead nerd. And Kenyon Sadiq followed that up by calling him psycho, but in a good way. He said, he goes, "I'm terrified of him, to be honest with you.
You can sleep when you die."
He's kind of scary.
Yeah. Like, none of that, and I don't know how much of that Dan Lanning necessarily would be proud of, but I don't think he's going to push back on it. That's the thing about the Jim Harbaugh types, and Dan Lanning is a Jim Harbaugh type. They know it about themselves. I just don't know if you want to,
ready to rock.
Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily want to like proclaim it, but I do not think that Dan Lanning would push back on the assertion that he is a psycho nerd. Because in order to be that detail-oriented, you do kind of have to be an obsessive nerd, and then he is clearly very high T.
But it's just a weird way to put it because both terms are kind of insulting.
Yes.
Like calling someone a meathead.
Yeah.
And then calling someone a nerd.
And they're also kind of the antithesis of one another. Like, you would almost call them opposites.
Well, I think that's what Betcher's trying to. So, I mean, he's not doing it very eloquently, but I think what he's trying to say is he's both things. Like yeah, they're opposite, but he's both of them, which is what's great. But you're calling him a meathead nerd. I don't know. It's just like kind of insulting.
He's 22.
I would say that my 2 years being down there with John Gruden, I think meathead nerd is actually
he fits that bill a little bit.
He fits that bill. He is not very interesting outside of football. He's pretty awkward outside of football. He has a nerdy haircut. He dresses like a nerd. He's obsessive. He's absolutely psychotic. He's the smartest football guy I've ever been around in my entire life. You are a little bit terrified of him because he is he is the guy that is a meathead. Like he would run Oklahoma drill every day if he could. Like he is a meathead nerd. I think that's actually, because I was thinking about, of all the coaches I've had, have I had any head coaches that were like that? And I'm like, yeah, Gruden. Gruden was a meathead nerd. So it's not the most eloquent way to put it. You think you could finesse that up a little bit, romance the language, but it's an accurate description.
I've been sitting here racking my brain like, how would you say that a little nicer? And I can't really think of a way to do it.
I would say if you were trying to fancy it up, I would say a macho obsessed savant.
Okay, that's a little better. Macho savant.
A sharp football guy? I mean, like,
that's
what? A sharp football guy.
You think of like a football guy as like the go out and hit somebody, run through a brick wall guy, and
Well, yeah. What is a nice way to call somebody a meathead? That's really the question. Because nerd, we can.
Meathead would be maybe intense, masculine. Masculine. It would be another one. A masculine aggressive nerd.
A masculine thinker. I don't know. Stupid.
Because I would say meathead and masculine kind of go hand in hand, because you don't want to say toxic masculinity. So what's one notch below?
I got bad news for Bryce. When you look up meathead in the thesaurus, these synonyms are blockhead, dimwit, dolt, dullard, dunce, fool, idiot, ignoramus, lump,
That's what I'm saying.
moron, numbskull, oaf, ox, or simpleton.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you hear
It's not flattering.
I'm going to bring this up to Lanning, and I'm going to be prepared, even though he's not going to be in the same room.
Yeah.
I'm going to be prepared to duck because I want to know what he thinks of being called meathead nerd by his player.
He's getting called a meathead though by a meathead. So Bryce Betcher, when he said if he's the guy at practice that can't stop hitting people when they tell you not to,
Oh, for sure.
guess what? You're the biggest dumbass on the field. I hated that guy more than anybody. It's like a walk through thud tempo, and I got a middle linebacker trying to take someone's head off, and you're like, dude.
I just like contact a little too much.
Yeah, he's like, that is the definition. Kiko Alonso.
Yes.
Dude, no offense to Kiko, but I don't think Kiko was like winning any Jeopardy contest, but the dude was a beastly linebacker. So Meathead is calling his coach a meathead. I really like contact. I just can't stop hitting people. That's a meathead. Maybe it takes one to know one.
What about? Oh, there's no question. Betcher's a meathead.
Yeah.
What about masculine intellectual?
There you go.
Huh?
A masculine obsessive intellectual. Because intellectual, that's a little highbrow.
Manly intellectual.
There.
Broy I don't know. Having trouble with this one.
It's a delicate dance. Again, you got to thread a needle, and I'm not certain that Betcher threaded that needle, but
No, he didn't. That's why I can't wait to talk to Lanning about this.
This is going to be awkward. I'm sure he's going to love it.
Well,
ask him how much he squats.
The beauty of it is he can't say too much bad about it because it's his own player that said it.
And because I think he'll know that Betcher meant it in a positive way, and so he will likely spin it unless it pisses him off, and then he won't.
And you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know.
You'll know.
Yeah. if you've asked someone in a threatening manner, like how much you bench, yeah, you might be a meathead. You can do a whole you might be a redneck bit, but with just meat.
Oh yeah, that's a good bit.
I mean,
Look for that tomorrow.
Yeah. You've ever been told to stop hitting people and you can't say no?
You know
you
what? I'm
might
gonna
be
cook
a
on your grill.
meathead.
All right, you want a decent long shot death pool bet? I've got one for you, and it is a long shot, but it's getting a little wobbly.
All right. There's a lot.
Getting a little wobbly out there.
All right.
With this fella. That and other music news in the club next.
You ever see a cheetah stretch?
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers.
is why I'm not going to be the face of Adidas Golf right here.
No, you're not.
I think Adidas is going to have me at that casting call and be like, this is the face of Adidas Golf. And then someone's going to play him. Like, someone's going to undermine me and play him those clips. And next thing you know, I'm no longer. Now I'm the face of Pinnacle Golf. I feel like Pinnacle would have me. By the way, I found, I believe, an answer to our Lloyd Center space. So I found one that I believe this is being sublet. So we can get 1,260 square feet of space, partially renovated, possibly as a drinking establishment, it says. It says there, so the partial build out, but they are not, like, you have to pay for your own renovations. It does have central heat and air in it. It does come with a security front to it as well. So you get the little metal gate that pulls down.
Okay.
And it's required. You have to rent it for an entire year. Mm-hmm. And that's 15 square feet, $15 a square foot over the course of the year. So if you do a little math on that, it's going to run you about $1,500 a month to rent 1,260 square feet at
Oh my
Lloyd
God.
Center.
But you said it's like a bar?
It just says that it's partially built out as a possible drinking establishment. So my guess is there was probably some sort of restaurant bar that was there before and it's now gone vacant. So
is that maybe in the food court area though?
It's possible, I don't know. But it's 1,200 square feet. That's a decent sized space.
It's bigger than my house.
Yeah, it says partially built out as a drinking establishment.
It's way cheaper than my house. Maybe I'm going to live in the Lloyd Center.
But it does say space in need of renovation, so you know, and it does not include your utilities or any of the building services.
Okay.
So you got, although you could just leave it.
Building services, like what?
Well, like they're not going to pay for any renovations.
I'm just saying, like, what do they have, a concierge? I don't think so.
I like the idea of moving into this place and doing no renovations, and just putting up like a one sign, like you're just, I'm gonna sell chips out of it and then just live there. And they're like, sir, you can't live here. I'm like, I'm not. I'm selling.
I'm working.
That's
right.
I'm
Retail.
I'm selling potato chips for 1,200 square feet in the heart of the city.
I tell you what,
you know. Tells me what I'm close to. I mean, it's all the metro lines and.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
Right there in the heart of it.
Yeah.
Dodging a few bullets from time to time, but you'll be fine.
I like,
Probably.
Hey, that's a nice big space.
God. What if I had told you, like, go back 20 years. 25 years. Let's go back to 2000.
Yeah.
What if I told you spaces at the Lloyd Center Mall were going to be going for $1,500 a month?
Someone said a lot of people cheaper than my rent. Yeah. I would not have believed
Seriously.
it. The Lloyd Center was...
It was popping.
It was popping. It was the place to be.
Wasn't it like, when they built it, wasn't it like the biggest mall in the...
I don't know, but it was popular. I remember going, like, when I was a kid and we would go over to Lloyd Center, we would, like, our mom would drop us off at the movie theater, and not the crappy one, like the Lloyd Cinema across the street from the Lloyd Center, the big one. And we would go over there and we'd see a matinee, and then we would wander over to the mall and we would like just cruise the mall, and then our mom would like pick us up at night, and that was like one of the coolest. You could have convinced like 12-year-old me that was like life never got any better. Head to the mall with $20 in my pocket and a ticket to go see like Rambo 2. It's like, oh my God, my day is set. And you could only see the premiere, like if you when Terminator 2 came out, you didn't want to see it anywhere other than at Lloyd Center. Like, that was where you saw it.
So it opened in 1960, 100 stores, and at the time, it was the largest shopping center in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Claimed to be the largest in the country, but that is not verified.
It does say in the listing that you can be part of a historic renovation and redoing the, like, they lean heavily on the, seize the opportunity to restore a piece of Portland history. One of those.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it.
Well, I mean,
no anchor tenants.
Hey,
0 for 4. All 4 are vacant.
Yeah, but it says it's got great bones.
Does it? Does it even have great bones?
It does say it.
Does it?
It says it definitely needs some love.
Exactly.
But, hey, man. It's got a bathroom in there, storage space. What are you talking about? I'd say we jump on this.
So here's my celebrity death pool long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this might sound wild at first.
Yeah.
But based on what's coming out about his shows recently,
yeah,
I don't know. It's not going well for this cat.
Talk to me.
I'm talking about Justin Timberlake, guys.
Really?
What?
JT?
Well, you know the whole thing with his.
Well, he was drinking, and then and when I see in the photos, he's got the bloodshot eyes, and
I think he's kind of a mess right now.
yeah. But JT?
Well, I know that. I told you it's a long shot. He's young.
Yeah.
But, Aaron Carter's dead.
That's true. But it's a long way. Aaron Carter was doing male porn.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Does JT have Britney guilt that he's carrying?
Dude, he's not in a good way. They're saying, so his shows are...
Yeah, it's not going
They're being laughed... They're widely panned. The people are laughing at... Like, people are pissed off. He's on a tour. He's on a world tour.
Yeah, it's not going well.
No, people are saying it's lackluster at best.
Yeah.
He doesn't really dance. He doesn't do any of the NSYNC dance moves and crap.
He's not buying.
He's not even singing. They say he's hardly singing. He just puts
back.
the microphone out for the people to sing.
Oh boy.
So he's just mailing it in, collecting the check, and
I think he's wasted, dude.
It's possible.
I think he's wasted.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm looking at some of these photos and some of the people that are like what people are posting. It's not good. It's not good. Wow. I guess I hadn't thought much about old Justin Timberlake, but yeah, he could be in the midst of a spiral. I mean, look, a young celebrity spiraling and then dying of a drug overdose, like that's never happened before. Like, oh my gosh. Huh. Interesting. And I bet you get great odds in the celebrity death pool.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's a long shot.
Yeah, I'm getting big time plus money on him.
Yeah. That's sad. I always liked Justin Timberlake. He seemed like a cool dude.
Well, he probably is a cool dude.
Yeah, he's I mean, who knows? I don't know what it's like to be Justin Timberlake. I'm guessing there's a lot of pressure. Isn't he married to Jessica Biel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, man. Dude, that guy is like one of the most talented people on the planet. He probably has more money than he can spend. He was adored by everyone. He's got a smoking hot wife, and yet he's like depressed and mopey and probably battling like 9 different addictions. The Biebs is a good one too. Have you seen Bieber?
Yeah, but see, his odds are going to be...
Yeah, he's crashing out.
People have been betting on him for...
Yeah.
But he just dropped new music amid this crash out.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot though, dude. That guy's like...
Yeah, he is.
That dude is...
Well, I think he even admits it, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Well, he was probably abused by Diddy, and all that's coming out.
He was.
Yeah.
Well, not just Diddy. All Diddy's bros.
Yeah, they all
Yeah, the whole operation.
Dude, he was... Boy, if you got the... I tell you what, you want a real, true Hollywood story. If you got the real Hollywood story about Justin Bieber,
that's bad.
You might have the most... What would be the word?
You'll just cry. It'll be sad and just... You will feel so bad for that young man. He probably did.
It's just like the wildest Hollywood story there is.
See, he's the one that I would put in the boat of Timberlake. Like, I don't know, maybe his odds you would say are much shorter, not as much of a long shot, but considering all the crap he's been through recently and been in the news,
well,
like,
that's
I
what I'm
could see
saying.
that
He's
one.
probably minus money. Everybody's betting on Bieber.
Yeah.
Timberlake's off the radar right now.
Yeah.
I'm buying low.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the other one too. You know, for all the Me Too stuff that went on, I don't want to know what it's like to be like a young... I watched the Britney Spears... was it Being Britney Spears? Freeing Britney Spears?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Is
about.
there
It was like a
another-
Hulu. It was like a Hulu documentary.
No, this was a while ago. Back when they were trying to free Britney.
I'll tell you what we don't need is another Britney Spears
It was the whole
documentary.
conservatorship thing.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how bad it got.
Yeah.
Dude, she was like 14, 15 when she came on the scene. She was sexualized. So
grown adults comfortably asking
Yes.
her sexual questions on talk shows as if they were appropriate.
I don't want to think about what happened to any of the young female stars as they were coming up, the Harvey Weinstein thing. But the one that no one talks about is, and when you like read articles and stuff, they say that being a male young celebrity is actually worse because it's more behind the scenes. Like the Epstein crap and Weinstein were kind of out in public, but the male ones, there's the there's the connotation of no one talks about it because you're a male and like no young man wants to admit that something terrible happened to him. It's like this macho sort of thing, and that they were saying in order to like be like a child star, it was kind of like the rite of passage, and Timberlake was. I don't know, Timberlake was like a child star. He was on like, what is that, Kids Incorporated, the Mickey Mouse Club, like all those guys.
Yeah, he was on Mickey Mouse Club, I think, with Britney.
Yep.
Corey and both Corys did this, and by the way, one of the Corys is dead. I forget, is it Corey Haim? Yeah, he is dead. Look, so for all of the the stuff we talk about, what it's horrible to be a girl coming up in Hollywood. I don't think it's much better to be a young kid, and I think Bieber was plucked by like Usher when he was like 12. He was just some Canadian kid on YouTube with some Bama Bangs, and all of a sudden they're flown down to Atlanta, and he was probably passed around. It's horrid, and a lot of times the parents, like, they sanction it. The parents are like, "Yep, all right, sign up for the fame and fortune package."
You know why? This is another reason why. What's his nuts? Seacrest is smart.
Yeah.
He flipped the script on that
because he
just filleted the right people.
Because he was abused by.
No, he wasn't abused.
Well,
he
yeah,
was.
He was.
Went along with it.
He just was.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
They abuse you. Or. You're smart enough to be Ryan Seacrest and you just turn gay for a little while.
Yeah.
Find the right people and it's over before you know it, and you're worth hundreds of millions.
At least he was of age. Dude, some of those kids, like, look at young Justin Bieber. Like, he just looked like the most innocent
Those
little
videos
kid.
with Diddy where they're talking about like having a weekend together where there's no adults around, it's beyond creepy.
Yeah.
All right, rumor has it a big-time band is inking a Sphere residency. We'll get to that and more music news next on 105.1 The Fan.
The Trailblazers offseason brings renewed hope. Will Young save Rip City?
John rolling and finishing with a pretty right hand.
Or will the rebuild have another setback?
Oh, no! We suck again!
Keep it on the Fan Sports Network for all your Trailblazers off-season news. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
The reaction in this city has been really fun to watch. The vibes are back, baby.
The Fan.
Now, here's a quick look at Portland traffic.
Still tough on I-5 northbound, getting into downtown and through downtown, but things are starting to ease up on 84 westbound as you approach the I-5 interchange, and looking good, a little bit better as you make your way towards the Interstate Bridge. That's traffic. I'm Rebecca.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50%
see at the Sphere in Vegas.
Come on, Nickelback. Goo Goo Dolls.
Creed.
Hey, Creed's making a comeback.
I know.
So is Nickelback, by the way.
Yeah, both. They got hated on so much, and now, like
Yeah.
anything else, the hipsters have circled back around.
The kids.
Oasis.
They're done hating. I saw a clip from. I don't get Oasis. I just never understood the hype. But I saw a clip of them at Wembley. Dude, that place.
Their concerts are nuts.
That place going freaking bananas.
Well, it's a big deal that they're back out there.
Yeah,
I
mean,
people love them.
They were never that big here in the States.
No, they were big over there, though.
But man, yeah, they had that whole place. I mean, it was insane. It was like freaking Live Aid over there with Queen.
So far at Sphere, we have had Fish play residency. You had U2 was the first one.
Yeah.
You had Dead and Company, and then the Eagles. I don't know if they're still there, but they were.
I'd like to see that, but those tickets are really expensive.
For the Eagles?
I just think for any of the Sphere shows, like I know some people have done one-off shows, and because it's not that big, they're just it's a pretty penny.
Well, I think the one-off shows probably be more expensive, wouldn't they? Because cause I
be.
looked into U2 was there when we were there staying at the Wynn, and we were like, let's see what tickets. And they weren't. We didn't go, but they weren't. I mean, they were hundreds of dollars, but not as astronomical as I.
It wasn't like going to a Super Bowl.
Right. Whereas if U2 played just one show at the Sphere, my God, they could charge.
Well, I remember. I mean, it's been a while since I've been down there, and it wasn't at the Sphere, but like I wanted to go see Garth Brooks was doing a residency down there, and not Sphere, but I forget where he was playing. And I was like, oh, Garth Brooks, but dude, it was like $600 to go to Garth Brooks, and I was like, like I want to go see Garth Brooks, not. And by the way, that wasn't for like a front row seat. It was just like a seat, and it's a smaller theater. But my God, some of those tickets are spendy.
Well, there's a rumor that Metallica may have a Las Vegas Sphere residency in the works.
Do we know anyone that likes Metallica?
Nah.
I know someone. Big insurrectionist sports radio bro.
If you were going to get me to go to, because I'm kind of over Vegas. It's not. It's not
a lot of people. You know, Vegas is
not my jam.
Really struggling right now.
Yeah, it's struggling. Although I talked to my guy at the Wynn, and he was saying it's more the lower level, like the high end stuff is still popping. Because people, I mean, the rich are getting richer, right? So that that's not. It's more like just the everyday burrito or you get a drink on the Strip and it costs you $20.
And that's what bothers me about Las Vegas is I understand when I go to Vegas, I am going to pay Vegas pricey. I totally get it. And if I'm staying at a nice hotel, if I'm staying at the Wynn or I'm staying at the Cosmo or whatever, I understand. I go to a drink and you're going to get me. Everything in Las Vegas is just a red hot poker in your keister. They gouge you at every single turn. And eventually you just after a while, you just are like, it's exhausting. It just, even if you can afford it, it's not fun. I just think I'm kind of over it. I don't remember. We went right as the pandemic ended. So was that 5 years ago? We went, and I think that was the last time I was in Vegas. There's just other places that I would rather go.
Well, they're having a bad summer. They said that visitor count has dropped 11% in June.
Oof.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's just Vegas.
Yeah.
Convention traffic is down.
Yeah, again, I do think a lot of people have kind of reached a tipping point with Vegas. By the way, the Backstreet Boys are playing there right now.
Where? At the Sphere?
At the Sphere.
Really?
Yeah. I want to see what
do those tickets go for?
That's what I'm looking right now. I'm gonna go on Ticketmaster and see what I can swing, because the Backstreet Boys also making a big comeback.
Oh, the YouTube says that Danny went to Backstreet Boys. Maybe when he was at Summer League.
Oh, it must have been.
I can't see him at a Backstreet Boys show.
Oh, so here's my thing. So back of the Sphere, right? This is 400. It's not that big.
That's not okay.
No.
So what I've been told about the Sphere is it really matters where you sit. because of the way it, because obviously
all the visuals.
Yeah, all the visuals. And I think there are some higher up sections that are actually more expensive because they're better. It's a better all encompassing view of what they're doing.
Okay, so I'm not on the secondary market. This is Ticketmaster, so these are the tickets, and it is not. The closer you sit, the more expensive it is. At least on this. Maybe the resale. So the get-in price for the worst seat in the corner, $400, back of the wall. With fees, I'm looking at close to $500
for Backstreet Boys.
For Backstreet Boys,
Damn,
$464, and then whatever service fees. Now, if I want something in the
go to the floor,
because
the floor, that's the one where all the fish people were or the Dead and Coke. Oh, they were all.
There you go, and that's actually the cheapest.
Cheaper. That's right.
The cheapest
because you don't. Because remember, did you see the photos of all the Dead and Company fans?
No.
And they were laying on the ground because they were all so wasted. And
Yeah.
you're looking up at all the, the what do you call it?
The video screens.
Video board. Yeah. The whole thing that they do.
Inside of the sphere.
Yeah. So the floor is hard. You're right. From what I understand, the floor, it is harder to see everything than it is like the 300 section.
It's funny. So you're right. So the floor is actually the cheapest. So it's standing room only. There's no seat.
Yeah, because you got to look up and around, and you won't see the band. You're just looking at.
So I told you. Well, here's another weird one. So the back row, 400 level, on the edge was 500 to get in. I can sit in the 100 level, on the same the far one, and it's actually cheaper. I wonder if you're up front
because you can't see behind you,
and you probably can't see anything. You're in the far corner. The standing room only. No fees, so $369. So then you probably $30. So $400. It's actually cheaper. Yeah, that's the cheapest seat.
Yeah,
$369, and then whatever the Ticketmaster fees are.
Go to middle 300.
Yeah,
and see what those are because I think if I remember right, I was told that's the best seat in the house.
That's the best seat in the house. Okay, so let's go middle 300. Oh yeah.
How much?
That's $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah, because you see more there.
Yeah.
You're looking right at the band, but you can also see the surrounding boards.
So middle 200, we're looking at between $850 and $9, and the 300, you're looking anywhere depending on how far out, like to the side, anything from $800 to $1,200. So yeah, that's look. And as much as I want to see the Backstreet Boys, boy, that's a nasty ticket, man.
That's a high price for a no longer popular band.
But they are.
Well, I guess
that's about what U2 was going for when we were there.
That's nuts to me because at least they feel like they're more like when they go and tour, it feels like they're a hotter, bigger ticket than the Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
but
for
yet
sure.
Because the Eagles
those prices.
Too. God, let's see what the Eagles are going for.
So they're saying fall of 2026, possibly for Metallica.
Yeah.
At Sphere.
And that would be incredible. Yeah, the Eagles are even more expensive.
Now, would you go see your boys at Sphere?
Yes, 100%.
You'd have to see that.
You would get me to go to Vegas for that, 150%. Plus, one thing I appreciate about Metallica is, like, when you go see the Eagles or you go see the Backstreet Boys, for the most part, it's a concert. And I'm sure they'll do, different stuff on the video boards. When Metallica puts on a tour, it is a production. I mean, they have if you go see a Metallica show in any arena, it's not like there's just like when you see the Foo Fighters, and I love the Foo Fighters. It's a Green Day. It's a stage and the band, and then maybe a couple graphics up on a video board. You go see Metallica, that is a rock show that they spent millions of dollars building out that particular thing.
Doesn't U2 do that too?
U2 does it as well. So when you see something at the Sphere with U2 or Metallica, they are going to spend...
It's going to be dialed.
They are going to spend a year making sure that when you go there, you are getting your money's worth as opposed to seeing, no offense, but the Backstreet Boys. By the way, that same seat for the Eagles, that prime seat, 300 level, dude, that's $2,000.
Whew.
$1,800 to $2,000 to see the Eagles for the best seat in the house.
Maybe if Glenn Fry were still around. But
no, not at $2,000.
All right, this band's streams are surging. Next, here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, the Mariners staying active ahead of the MLB trade deadline. ESPN's Jeff Passan reported this afternoon that Seattle has acquired lefty reliever Caleb Ferguson from the Pirates. He has 45 appearances out of the bullpen this season, a 3.74 ERA, and has just allowed one home run in those 45 appearances. The M's are back in action tonight, taking on the Athletics in Sacramento. All-Star starter Brian Wu is on the hill for Seattle. Jeffrey Springs gets the start for the A's. First pitch just after 7:05. You can see tonight's game on the MLB Network. Other pre-trade deadline acquisitions around the majors. The Mets have acquired right-hand reliever Tyler Rogers from the Giants. The Reds trade for Pirates Gold Glove third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes in exchange for reliever Taylor Rogers. With Aaron Judge on the shelf, the Yankees have acquired outfielder Austin Slater from the Cubs, and the Blue Jays bolster their bullpen, trading for righty reliever Sir Anthony Rodriguez from Baltimore. Meanwhile, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested on 3 gambling charges. The federal indictment says that the former sharpshooter was hosting illegal high-stakes poker games at his mansion. More sports and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley, the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Primetime with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network.
why would he?
I think there's generally fine print that when you buy a ticket to an event, that like you're essentially not waiving some right, but like Coldplay didn't intentionally inflict any damage on him. He just got caught.
Well, I
being
tell
an
you
idiot.
what, there is a story that says former Astronomer CEO Andy Byron is reportedly considering filing a lawsuit against Coldplay and event organizers after footage of himself and former colleague at the band show went viral.
How is the onus on Coldplay to know that he's cheating when we're there with his mistress?
I don't know. It's like I saw this on like Twitter, and so I was like, I don't trust anything on Twitter. So I just Googled it. But like Yahoo has this, and like Fox News had it, CNN, but they're all saying that there's rumors that he's suing. So, I mean,
They say he's considering it.
And also, how stupid. You getting a couple $1 million from Coldplay, how is that fixing this for you? You're just going to stay in the news longer.
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess they're saying he didn't consent to being up. Who knows? You know.
But then wouldn't that go for any stadium cam anytime? I'd imagine that we've legally been down this road before, probably. Like, they can't.
Well,
the organizations can't be on the hook
dude,
for that.
your life just got torn asunder, and you look like an ass clown,
Yeah.
and you're just grasping at straws. But Coldplay, so when Ozzy died, and I love Ozzy, and so it's a little easier for me because I was like, oh, I love these songs. But when Ozzy died, I went like on a week-long Ozzy kick. When the Billy Joel documentary came out, probably going to go on a week-long Billy kick. I have not listened to one single second of Coldplay since the Kiss campaign.
You didn't fire up Yellow to 11?
No.
Yeah, I'm reading through some experts who are saying, yeah, he could file that suit, but he ain't. In court, that's rarely proven. Like, he could file a defamation case against the band.
Sure.
But he would have to prove that Chris Martin, who was the lead singer,
Yeah.
knew or should have known that he was not
Yeah,
cheating.
defamation includes intent, I believe, so that's not
Right.
happening.
What a goober.
Well, and it's like, I need to like. I don't like Coldplay. I don't have anything against Coldplay.
I like the music I like.
I just don't listen to him. So something like that would not get me to listen to Coldplay. But if it was a band that I had liked, like if that was Zach Brown band, and that happened, I think I could see where that would give me a bump of some Zach. Because sometimes you forget about an artist for a while, and you just need something to remind you.
Take you back there.
You're like, oh God,
like
those
the
guys-
Billy Joel doc.
Yes, the MJ musical got me on that.
Yeah.
I listened to Thriller like 6 times. I was like, oh man, Thriller, yeah, let's go.
According to data from Luminate, sourced by Billboard, the 7-time Grammy Award-winning group Coldplay, their on-demand audio streams went up by 25%. In the preceding 5 days before the Boston concert, they had 28.7 million streams, which shot up to 35.7 million in the 5 days after the scandal.
Wow.
That's
So-
great.
Good little bump.
So
Good little bump.
If you're a band like Coldplay, just stage these things, right? I mean, it's the best thing that happened to Coldplay in a long time.
Did you guys did see the Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Astronomer.
Yeah.
Ad.
Yeah. The guy that got caught was the CEO and one of the founders of that AI. It's like an AI company.
It's an AI company called Astronomer.
And so they put out an ad, kind of addressing it with Gwyneth Paltrow, but they didn't address anything. It's incredible. It's really, really well done.
And I didn't know till that went viral that Gwyneth Paltrow used to be married to the lead singer of Coldplay.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's common knowledge or not. but-
That's why they went and got her.
Right. It makes all the sense, and it makes it that much more brilliant. It was great.
Yeah, I thoroughly.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, you should look it up. Because I can't really describe it how
It's-
they did it.
So they basically they make it like a press conference where Gwyneth Paltrow is going to answer your questions, and people
they put the questions up like, what? WTF?
Yeah, and then she's like, great question, and she explains what Astronomer does.
Yeah,
and
she ignores the public questions
Yeah.
and
Yes.
basically gives the breakdown of here's what we are, here's what we do, here's how you can use our services. Very creative way of marketing.
It's one of
I
the
thought
more.
it was AI at first. You
Oh,
know?
yeah,
Like when
yeah, I
it
could
first
see
came out,
that,
like,
yeah.
oh, I bet they. But she actually did it.
Yeah, it is one of the more clever uses of like a scandal or whatever. Like sometimes just leaning into it it's the only thing you can do. Like you can't hide from it. You're like, yeah, dude, just lean into it and go. You know, it's like when Bud Light, had their thing. Like anytime you grovel, it's never enough. And this is the thing: if you get caught in some sort of scandal or whatever, and you try to grovel at the feet of the mob, it's never enough. You can't. The mob won't care. You can't apologize enough. for the mob coming for you. So you either have to just ignore it or you have to lean into it. There's just, because saying you're sorry or like my bad doesn't work. And I don't know what people want from people when they're that. They're so angry. Once someone admits, hey dude, sorry, that was bad. It's like, try to do better. Not good enough. And you can be like, well, what is it that you want? I don't know, but I'm mad. Like, the mob is never satisfied until you're just like erased.
All right, we wrap up the broadcast. Coming up next here on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and Spray. Dirt and Spray.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. That's they're playing the Goulet brothers, and they're doing a
Goulet.
Yeah, just Google SNL Red Ships of Spain. It's a really good.
And how long has that been your little outro hammer?
Years.
Why do we do that? I don't remember the origin of that. So he got me thinking of the origin of why we play Walk of Life, and I can't remember that either.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone will remember. I don't know. I used to joke around about Red Ships of Spain, and somehow we did it. And I mean, who knows?
It's your brother's fantasy team.
Yeah, he used to do that back in the day. He was the Red Ships of Spain. Was that what? Because he used to mail it in, and so like he did the Red Ships of Spain. Maybe something like that. And I don't remember how Walk of Life came to be either.
You know what we need to do? We need to go down and talk to the guy who runs the archives.
Well, Mike in Richfield, former Mike in Richfield will know. That guy has the best memory of any human being I've ever met. I'll bet you he remembers that.
Like if you wanted to write a book about our show.
You wouldn't talk to us.
No. I'd be the worst. I don't know. No. Hey, how did you guys... I can't really remember.
They'd talk to you to add some color and just get a little bit of, like, well, here's what it was like for them.
But as far as historical context,
I
got nothing.
The only thing I can remember, I remember how you and I came to be. I do remember that. And I remember the club. Although that people dispute who came up with that. But I those two things I do remember.
I remember those two, but I mean, you wonder too, it's like, are we really remembering that correctly? You know?
Yeah. They say, I told you, I read a book about this. Your memory is the least reliable thing on earth. And especially the older you get, you don't remember what happened. You remember what you remember. It's how, like, the Brian Williams, that news anchor, believes that he got shot down in a helicopter.
Or people who have been accused of crimes and questioned over and over again start to believe they actually committed them when they didn't.
Well, the other thing that happens, too, is especially in radio, I mean, look, we tell stories.
Yeah.
So the story evolves over time to make it more fun or funny or interesting. And then before you know it, it's a whole different story.
Well, and then it's also weird too, because like we can come up with the inception of like where the club came up with, and then three other people also are adamant that their version is the right version, and you're like, well, maybe it is, or maybe it's my version or your version. Like there's some version of it.
Let's just go with whatever version makes you feel good.
There you go.
I don't care.
Exactly. I have that all the time. I run into people that have stories growing up with me. And they remember like these vivid details and these stories about our childhood or high school or the dumb crap I did, and I'm like, maybe. They're like, and I'm like, I can't say that those stories are false, but I can't say they're true either. They're like, I don't know, maybe they're true. Kind of sounds like something I would do, but I have no idea because I don't remember.
Do you wish you remember everything? Like do you wish you were like that?
It's probably for the best.
All right,
right.
Everybody have a great night. We return tomorrow 3 to 7 here on 105.1. That's right. We're on the FM now. The Fan. Good night.
Red ships of Spain. Red ships of Spain.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
We're definitely going to be late for kickoff. We should be at the game by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I've got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple of towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We missed tailgating because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas.